Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am PA Kenny USA, aka Captain Wilcock, and today is Shores of Sorrows, Sapira's Legend. We're gonna take a few moments for people to come in and get seated and ship shape before we begin, but feel free to enjoy the music as we get ready to set sail. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Captain Wilcock, aka PA Kenny USA, and we're gonna get started. So if the crew is ready to set sail, let's get started.
Aha! Uh-oh.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm PA Kenny USA, and welcome to Shores of Sorrows, Sapira's Legend, our pirate RPG. I am your captain for this adventure, Captain Wilcock. And who do we have on the capstan today? We'll start with the, how about the jellyfish lady?
I am Brunera the Sea Witch. Welcome to this ocean adventure.
Okay.
And next to them, to the right,
Did someone mention me? I am Bretlin. I am your friendly British pirate, of course. And I'm excited to see what we'll be dealing with today.
and under Bernera. The soldier. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. That's you.
We're mentioning you.
Might I?
Huh?
We're mentioning your character.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's fine.
I thought you were doing somebody else first.
No.
Hi, I'm Magdai. Still haven't got my sea legs yet.
And finally, Astram.
I'm Osteron. I'm the ship's cartographer. That's about it. No other secrets.
Are we sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
And as I mentioned, I'm Captain Wilcock, your storyteller for today, and the captain of the crew. And last time we were on our adventure, our crew went into the small mining village of Herring Harbor, and managed to discover that there was more secrets there than they expected. One of which was a close relative of one of our crew members. Can anyone remember the name of them?
It's been a while.
Maggie was
Right.
the sea sorceress gone rogue. She apparently tried to steal a bunch of souls. The party here, including the captain, managed to defeat her in the volcanic belly of the island. After a harrowing escape, they managed to defeat her, take the treasure or loot that she left behind, and make their way back to the ship just in the nick of time as the volcano is erupting. And that's where we're going to begin today's adventure as you make your escape. I need someone to roll ballast for me, please.
So roll ballast.
I will roll ballast.
Okay, go for it.
Let me know what you get.
43.
43. Okay, so just one less. I'll give you the 44 that we
Okay.
had currently because that seems fair. All right, so the captain is on the top of the deck, barking orders left and right, saying, "Raise the sails, raise the anchor. We need to get underway before the this volcano hits us." Right as that happens, there is a loud crack and boom rumbling from beneath, and the waves are choppy from underneath as the volcano erupts into a roar, and molten lava balls start flying towards all directions, including the ship.
I think we need to avoid those.
That's not good.
No.
As one
it's not.
splashes next to the ship, very close.
Jeez. No.
Someone man the capstan.
I'm not sure if I can stream or not, because I'm watching it and I can't hear myself. Maybe because I just have it too quiet.
Okay. Oh, welcome, Benina. Sorry if I'm butchering the name. Thank you. All right, so we have a situation here where the captain has left the wheel and is going to adjust the riggings. Who wants to take the helm? Remember, you have those 3 or 4 skeletons assisting you. So you can tell them to do something.
We should put the skeletons on the capstan.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they're raising the anchor.
Yeah, I'll surround them.
Alright, alright, so who's on the wheel? Because
Uh,
Captain left his post to go deal with the riggings.
Britland's gonna look left to right, and if no one's on
The- The wheel.
the wheel, he's just gonna sprint up there and say, "I got it." This is what
All right.
we're doing.
Cool. So I need you to roll a navigate check.
No, how do I navigate?
That's animal handling is how we do navigation here in this modified form.
How is
Format.
Britland's handling? Oh, it's great. It's -1.
Oh, it's just great. Yeah, yeah.
So,
Let Rhaenyra take the helm.
what is Bernier doing right now, by the way?
Rhaenyra is just standing there in the middle of the ship doing nothing.
Look, I could.
Okay.
I
hit my
thought
cat, but I
thought
still-
Bernero was weak because
Yeah, didn't she collapse last round?
Yeah,
La-
she did,
last session?
she did because
Yeah, then she's below deck.
Recovering in the medical ward.
yeah.
Because I still have my cat on my shoulder, I'm pretty sure, since last
Yep.
time.
Yeah,
Can I
he's
use
still
my
there.
cat just to turn that to like a.
+1? Yeah, sure. I'll allow that.
'Cause
It
that
seems
can
fair.
only
It seems fair in
retarded.
this in this situation.
Magdai is probably also below deck, but
17.
yeah.
17, you said?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, you managed to steer the ship right as another ball of lava arcs over the bow of the ship, barely missing the figurehead. As it splashes. The captain's adjusting the riggings. He's gonna roll a double strength check, so a brawn check. That's he is struggling hard. He rolled a 10.
Okay, so my character is going to come up and help.
Okay, so I need you to roll a d12 for an assist.
Just a d12?
Yeah, that's how if you remember the mechanics of how the system works. If
Oh,
you're
right.
assisting another player, you roll a d12. And then you just add that value onto the d10. Or whatever I rolled on the d20. Sorry.
That is an 8.
An 8, so 18, that works. So with the combined effort, the Magdai and the captain managed to adjust the riggings to get underway, and the sails billow out. And we are making a very quick clip away from the island as the volcano is booming and lava is pouring down the sides of the island all over the village back there. As the captain turns and does a double take. Glad we got out of that one.
Would it help?
Well,
if
Too
you-
close.
I-
Too
but
close.
I think that was a little too close, Captain. You know, I'm not feeling too nicely. I did get hit an awful lot from Maggie. Oh, Lord.
We're gonna have to go down to the medical ward. Everyone who needs medical attention, he points to one of the skeletons, says, "You there? Mind giving us a hand?" As he reaches and kind of like drags Bernira, like limp body, with all her jellyfish kind of dress tearing as she is dragged across the deck.
Like, I've realized that all of us practically have taken damage. Even I have taken damage.
Same. I mean, the captain's not faring too well either.
We've all taken damage from the choice.
Yeah.
Reasonably good condition. He'll help carry Bernero.
Okay.
My character isn't doing.
I need you to roll a strength check or a dexterity check.
Let's make that a dexterity check.
All right.
Oh dear.
Captain's gonna roll another strength check.
Now,
That is a solid 20. He just like
After him picking up her feet to help carry her.
That's what I was picturing. Yeah, well, at least
Yep.
one end. Which I was
Yep.
near feet at this
he just hefts like her limp arms under his arms and kind of just starts dragging him and picking her up.
Okay,
Carrying her?
Vest needs to roll. He needs to roll a raw d20 with his charisma
Roll d20.
check.
Okay.
Okay. So a d20 plus charisma.
Yes.
Yeah, to keep from being embarrassed because you're small enough to look up her skirt. And she does
Okay.
not wear undergarments. because of
17.
her jelly- Okay, very good. But it's too way.
Terrifying. Truly
Ah.
terrifying.
Well, he's small.
Yeah.
He has to resist seeing of her dress.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh
yes,
yeah,
yes,
that.
okay.
Yeah. What did he roll? Or
He rolled a 17.
Okay, so
Which is
he-
enough. If he had missed it at a 15, he
yeah,
would have been very embarrassed.
yeah. So you managed to carry her and anyone who's injured down below decks to the medical ward. The medical skeleton is there, tending to the various bottles and vials of like potions and stuff like that he has, remedies and elixirs and whatnot. And he says, "Ah, hello, Captain. Do you need assistance?" "Yes, George, we do." And he dumps, with the assistance of Astram, dumps Bernira on the wooden operating table. "We seem to have a problem. Also, maybe the rest of the crew could use a little patching up." As he looks at his torn sleeve that has the like blood draped over it.
I could definitely use some healing up. Oh, that so hurt in so many places.
The skeleton pulls up an old oak chair and kind of like not a rocking chair, but like a old stool, and says, "Sit down, please."
She says.
And the skeleton pulls back where is it on your body that you were damaged? Your arm or your legs? I'm trying to remember. Because we didn't specify that, I don't believe.
No, we didn't.
Okay,
Oh.
roll me a d6 and we'll find out.
Okay, I'm rolling the d6.
Oops. Floor dice.
Big sniff.
Ah.
Okay,
Alright, what did you get?
I got a 4.
A 4. Okay, so, your chest area is actually hurt. As you have a large gas across your chest, and he pulls back your garments and says, "Oh my," and he says, "Captain, mind handing me that gauze over there, or towel. It's like a old kind of cloth." And he presses it up against your chest and says, "Hold the pressure." And he's going to, the skeleton's going to go over and pour some elixirs. So he's going to roll a Arcana check.
Oh, is he?
You're lucky. That's 2, a 7 and a 17, so, he comes back with a bubbling, kind of like oozing, frothy, kind of like mug, like a
Yeah.
carafe. And he says,
Yeah.
"Have a drink this. Now, it will taste
Okay.
bad going down, but you'll have to stomach it if you want to get cured."
And Magnite takes the drink and goes, gulp.
Alright, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Thank you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's a 14.
14. It kind of burns going down, but like it's oddly soothing as it hits the back of your throat.
Okay.
And as that soothing sensation ripples across your body, you notice the scar slowly closing up.
How many hit points does it
Roll me a d6.
D6. 5.
5 hit points regained.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And the captain's now gonna tend to Bernira, and he says,
Yeah, a long rest will
Th-
fix the
th-
rest of the hit points.
this one looks very, very injured, the skeleton says. And he says,
She
Captain-
did a good job of saving our lives.
She
make
did.
Sure that, please make sure that she survives, please.
And he says this is going to require something extra special as he opens up a cabinet and starts tinkering with a couple unique vials of like eyeballs and like you seem to see what looks like a frog's leg inside a vial. And he starts pulling out these various vials and opening the corks and combining the ingredients into like a little cauldron that he has off to the side. And it starts bubbling and fizzing, and he's gonna roll a Arcana check. That is a 20. There's a loud and like sparks fly as the cauldron bubbles and simmers, and he pours out a little ladle and brings it over into a small like flask, pours it into the flask, and hands it to the captain and says, "Take this and place it under her nose." And he says, "Isn't she supposed to drink this?" And the skeleton shakes his head and says, "Under the nose, please." And he just starts waving it under Bernier's nose. Bernier, I need you to roll a... how many hit points do you have?
She's currently sitting at 1 hit point.
1 hit point, okay. I'll let you roll a
But she's
d6.
unconscious, so...
Alright, roll a d6, and then another constitution saving throw. Because right now you're like in a dreamed state. You're dreaming right now. Yes.
There was a 5 on the Constitution,
Okay.
plus my Constitution saving throw, which is a +1, so a 6, and I got a 3 on the D6. Wait, no, hold on. That's the right one? No, that's the D8. My bad. I'm done.
Okay, reroll that.
This is the block.
Yep.
A 5 on the D6.
Okay, so regain 5 hit points, but since you failed your constitution saving throw,
Unconscious.
you're still unconscious, but you're stable. You've stabilized greatly. And he says, the skeleton says, "She needs to rest. She won't be up until possibly another hour or so."
All right.
As you see some of the jellyfish on her dress kind of like throbbing and breathing slowly. And you come up to the captain starts heading towards the top of the top deck, like above deck, and to check on the rest of the riggings and stuff like that. Who's gonna follow, or what's gonna happen?
Berlin is still on the wheel doing this thing.
All right. What's our heading, Britlin?
Oh wait, what did you say, sir?
What's our heading?
I don't know what that means.
Which direction are we
Roll
going?
D4,
Roll a d4.
to check your direction.
Yep.
I got 2.
2, you're heading west.
Yeah, we're heading west.
West.
And he says,
What do we need to return back to time?
"Excellent, west is good." And,
Anyways, Dylan's gonna do a thing to heal himself here.
okay, go ahead.
He's gonna pull out his classic teacup that he always has on him. But he's
Yep.
gonna go and make a healing tea or whatever.
Yeah,
He can do that.
Yeah.
I don't know what I do for that, but
roll Arcana.
damn it, I don't want to roll Arcana. I don't know how good I'm at Arcana. Let me look if I can find it. I got a +2 in Arcana. What the hell?
Hey, that's better than what I've got in Arcana, which is a big fat 0.
Yep.
My brain is slightly bigger.
Yep.
Yeah, +2 in Arcana. I got an 8. Crap. He just spills it. Ah. Choking up.
Spills on the captain's foot, and he just kind of like bounces up and down on his one halfling foot and says, "That stuff's hot. Where did you get that?" "Never mind." As he kind of like his foot's still steaming and burned a little bit, he's gonna take 1d4 damage from that. Oh, it's only 2 points of damage. You can deal with it.
Only 2 points of damage. Oh, that's
Kills him.
I don't know. At first level, those points matter.
Yep.
Would,
So-
would it be helpful to the ship if Osteron works to try to like build you out a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll repair check. So that's gonna be a either a strength to build or a dexterity for like maneuvering around the ship to kind of like repair stuff. So you
I
don't.
will do dexterity. That's
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
closer to Osteron's.
Yeah.
skill set.
Yes.
I was gonna say wheelhouse, but
I rolled a dirty 20.
okay. So you managed to repair some of the leaks. You can re-roll ballast.
Okay.
Are you re-rolling it?
I can. Is it a D100?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I rolled a 11. Is that good or bad?
11. That is. You actually do more damage than it's actually necessary, and
jeez.
the water starts pouring in around the around your legs, and one of the skeleton, like down on the like the very low deck where the medical ward is in the storage area, one of the skeletons starts rushing up and saying, the bilge is flooding. The bilge is flooding.
Oh jeez. And Magnite takes off running.
I picture
Yeah.
Osteron is standing there holding a plank that he pulled away from the hull.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to look for the actual.
This plank was loose.
Magnite goes, what are you doing? And she's, hush you. What does Magnite need to roll to fix this?
She
Yeah.
needs to roll a strength or what is it? Not will, but like insight to figure out what happened to what caused the damage.
You said strength or insight?
Yeah, because she has to investigation to investigate where the damage is coming from.
Investigation, she has nothing in.
Okay.
Insight, she actually has something in that, so...
Okay.
I'm
I'll take
giggling
either three.
because of what Matt Guy just said, because it reminded me of Shrek.
Oh God.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Basically.
What are you
basically.
doing?
What are you Bot-type?
All right. The
Oh,
captain.
hello there.
Why is the deck flooded? He says as the
Why
skeleton is
is the
sloshing
deck
around.
flooded And I had a 7 altogether.
As the water starts rising up towards your waist,
Ah!
Can I attempt to like?
and the skeleton says, "Someone go get the damn captain."
Are there the skeletons around?
Yeah, the one skeleton downstairs, and the other skeletons are up on the top deck, adjusting the riggings.
So there's not one near us?
There's one right next to you, who is the medical
Okay.
skeleton.
How much time has passed since this
About a
started?
minute, and the water's starting to lap up around the very edge of the desk or the medical table that you're lying on,
Britlin's gonna come down now. Like he's just curious.
sloshing around in the water.
What's that noise? And he comes down. What is going on in here?
The captain just
Like,
peers down and
I
says,
think he removed a board, but I'm not sure.
"Who broke my
fix it."
ship?"
We have
says the captain.
Don't know who
Him!
broke your ship. I
Him!
just
He
came
broke
down.
your ship! Wait a minute, I don't know where I'm pointing because I don't see the...
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yep. Alright, and he says, well, someone better fix this before we damn sink.
Oh.
That will not be good. We already got the treasure, and the last thing we need is the sink. We'll have it.
Let me try again. So,
Roll
do
again.
I need to roll? Yeah.
Strength or dexterity?
Is this a strength check?
Yeah, it's a strength check because you have to swim on. Actually, you know what? Since you have to go underwater now to get to the hole, I'm gonna have you roll a swim check.
There is no swim check.
That would be.
But Matt Guy can because the water's
athletics.
up her waist, so she'd have to bend over into the water to
Yeah.
do it. There's no swimming for her. Now, Astra would have to swim.
Yeah,
because she's
Astrid would have to
short.
swim. Yeah, true. So maybe
I have athletics.
yeah, athletics. I'd allow athletics or strength to kind of like maneuver
Okay,
through the
I'm gonna
water.
I'm gonna do athletics.
Okay.
Freaking yes.
What'd you get?
24 for athletics.
24 for athletics. You managed to like literally just jumping through the water like a swan. You managed to find the hole and just reaching for the closest board. You just take a hammer and nail and you just whack the living crap out of the
While that
the
guy's
hole.
underwater, Ostrom would like to kind of quietly sneak back up above deck.
All right.
Can I roll to see him sneak up?
Sure. Roll a perception check.
Damn it.
It would be his stealth. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
roll.
stealth and then
it's,
perception.
Astron's stealth versus Britlin's perception.
Perception. Yeah.
I rolled a 17 on stealth.
I'm so tempted to just beat a 17. I'm really
Yes.
tempted to either hope my cat is still on me or take the bucket off again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's any requirements as long. I don't think he's looking at me.
Yeah.
He's walking away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just trying to slink away.
Yep.
I'm gonna lift the
Sling,
bucket up a
sling,
little bit,
sling. Yeah.
so I won't
Yep.
need I won't have any minuses on me.
Yep.
I got 11, so I didn't notice.
Yep. So.
He's mainly lifting the bucket just to see the damage and didn't notice him like that.
Yeah.
He just drops the bucket.
I need
back.
someone to roll ballast again. Whoever's repairing.
Oh,
I
but
do.
I'm rolling it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I'm the one
Yep.
fixing it. Yep.
Yep.
You're all better than I do.
I do want to point out one thing.
Go ahead.
The dragon is currently sitting at the top of the stairs leading to the bow of the ship.
And it's just licking the water as it's like, it's just curious about the water. It's like licking the water and it's with its tongue, and then it
No,
just
it's
goes.
sitting up
What is?
on the top deck.
Oh, top deck. Okay. Okay.
Top of the stairs. So
Yeah.
my dragon's going to perception to see if it sees Astrum.
Oh, clever. Okay.
I have a 50.
50. Okay, so you managed to plug the hole, and the ship is now riding a lot higher in the water as the water is still lapping around you, but it's not pouring in as much.
Okay.
Fail.
My
fail.
dragon
Fail.
does not see Astrum. I rolled a 10
Alright.
together.
The captain says, "Well, grab your buckets. This water won't get rid of itself."
I just love that I have a skeleton. or
And he's
something
going
just looking
to-
at my bucket and just like, no, don't do it.
Question: since there's water down there in the medical ward, does this water affect Rhaenyra at all?
I was going to get to that. So, as we're building the water, some of the water is still like in the medical ward, lapping up around like the not the octopus dress, but like the jellyfish dress,
Jellyfish dress.
and some of it's touching the jellyfish dress that's like kind of like hanging over the side of the medical table.
Uh-huh.
I'll let you determine what happens if you want to discuss that, or
Well, if the jellyfish dress can draw in some water, it can heal
Yeah.
itself. But
yeah.
her dress healing itself has no effect on hers or her own healing.
Okay, so the dress starts to mend itself, but you start to kind of not wake up, but like your eyes start to like you're dreaming, like in a lucid dream right now. So if you want to describe that, while we kind of like cut to you, and you're
She's in her lucid dream. She's standing in the middle of the ship, and the skies are a dull pink color. The waters are red with blood,
Mm.
and
Delicious.
the sails on the ship are badly torn and ragged, like she just went through a storm of some kind. And all she can do is stand there and cry.
Oh dear.
and then she suddenly wakes up, gasping for air.
Wouldn't I have to roll a constitution to wake
Yes,
up?
you would. But
Do it.
we'll see if she wakes up.
Oh yeah, let's see if she wakes up.
Oh, thank you so much for that. That's 18 altogether.
You are
Oh,
you start
nice.
gasping as water's lapping up into your throat as you're lying there on the table. And the captain comes over and says,
"Are you alright?" as my character actually comes up for air.
"Yeah, mm-hmm.
What did you do?
It
to the
was
ship?
it was not me. It was him.
Astro.
It was the little lizard creature, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I think he pulled up a plank that he wasn't supposed to.
Astro has made his way to the field, by the way. So he's
Yeah." And I need you to roll a perception check. Whoever's at the wheel, Astrum.
okay.
All right.
Who is at the wheel? No one's at the wheel.
Astram's at the wheel.
Astram's gone to the wheel now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, I'm gonna make myself look useful. But I rolled a 13 on perception.
Perception. You see it barely off in the distance, but you are the port that you're coming up to is off to your left. You seem to kind of drifted a little bit off course.
Okay. I'll attempt to correct the course.
Roll me a d4.
Yeah, we'll attempt to see how that goes.
I rolled a 4.
All right, so you just managed to spin the wheel and turn the ship straight 180 to head back to shore.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I did the right thing, right? As far
Yeah.
as I can tell? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because I roll it. How it works is I roll a d4, and whatever I roll, if it matches, then you do the correct thing. So,
Okay, good.
all right.
Die.
Yes.
If you hear screaming, don't come top deck. She's going to get up and stomp her way up.
Slosh through the water as her dress is just kind of floating on the
That guy
water
is
like
just
this
going,
up at her
"Oh,
ankles.
Lord, no, I've got to bail out the water at this point. That's exactly what Magnite's doing. She's gonna start
Yeah.
bailing.
The captain's helping, so he's gonna roll another strength check.
Just like fighting a
He
skeleton.
accidentally so the captain is like bailing and he's throwing water like helplessly everywhere, getting everything wet. He's just like right now he's so mad that someone broke his ship that he doesn't care where the water goes. He's just like swearing under his mouth like, God damn it.
Look at this freaking Bretla just holding his bucket down and the skeleton's trying to take it off. He's like, no!
And the skeleton's like trying to like lift a finger underneath it.
No, but it's fine. You will not
So-
lay your finger on
So,
mine.
do we have to re-roll ballast?
No, not this time, because I think.
So-
You might have
The
to
situation's
reroll
stable.
Ballast once Bernier gets done what you need
Oh,
to
God.
do.
Oh Lord, yes. I'm
Mhm.
so dreading it. I'm so dreading it.
Also,
Oh.
I'm gonna roll a
Lord.
d4 to see how far you are out from shore because no one's paid attention to what the sails are doing or the anchor.
Oh, no.
You guys will arrive in 3 rounds or 3 turns.
So what happened?
Alright, so Rhaenyra
Oh.
has stormed out up to the top deck.
Yep.
She's now going to storm up the stairs leading to
The wheel.
to the wheel.
Oh no.
Astrom's there.
Now, can Astrum see her?
I'll let
Probably.
I mean, if you're
Astram
not
decide.
specifically hiding, I imagine so.
Roll a perception to see if you can see her stomping up the stairs or hear her coming.
Yep.
I rolled a 9, which is not great, but
No.
Oh,
Okay,
that's not
you
great.
don't see her at all.
Your eyes are locked on. All right. So Astram, your eyes are locked on the island dead ahead, and you're just trying to like keep it steady, straight.
She is now standing directly behind you.
Oh no.
She extends a hand out, and she's going to slap you with a thunderclap. Right to the skull.
Also, keep in mind the ship is going to take damage from this because you are targeting where the mast is going to be.
Constitution saving throw of 12 or higher.
Okay,
And someone needs to
alright.
re-roll ballast and hull.
I got it. I got it.
Oh, I rolled a 13, so I just barely.
Just barely. So you're going to take half damage from this.
Cool.
Actually.
1d6 thunder damage from this. I'm gonna have to say 1d6. That's a d6 dice.
Okay.
You only have to roll one.
Yep.
Yeah. You take 3 damage from that, by the way.
Okay, so that's so 3 after halving. I
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our ballast is now 78, so apparently whatever Rhaenyra did
There's a loud.
made us.
There's a loud.
And the captain just like stops bilging and is like, "What the hell now?" As he just drops the bucket as it's floating in the water and storms up the stairs.
Magdai follows.
Also rolls to the side and crashes into the side of the ship.
And the wheel just starts spinning wildly.
Aztram will say, "You know, I was steering the ship, right?"
Well, no one's steering the ship right now.
She's gonna reach out and grab the wheel, like very angrily.
All right, and now Aztram's gonna like slink away.
2 turns.
Distract-
Two turns.
Oh no! There's 2 people. There's 2 people throwing
Yeah,
up
Yeah,
there.
probably right into the captain.
After
Yeah.
has to recover from this river, he slapped him with a thunderclap.
Also,
Recover that,
yeah.
he was mad.
Fair enough.
one of the also when the captain comes up, he sees splinters fly like right past his face as part of the mast gets hit by this thunderclap, and he says, "I will put anyone in the brig now if I see another sliver of wood come off the Poseidon. Do you hear me?" As he's glaring up at the 3 of you.
Magdai has now also come up and looked at Astro.
I love the idea of Britlin just like seeing a board sticking out and slowly pushing it back with his cane.
And
Now-
Captain's gonna roll perception for that.
Yeah,
Hang on.
but what do I have to roll for Rhaenyra to grab the wheel?
That would be a dexterity or a sleight of hand.
well, no, I think it's just a dexterity.
Yeah, dexterity.
Does 12 work?
Barely. Like the wheel starts spinning wildly, but you manage to grab onto it as it's spinning.
All right. So Magdai looks at Astro, who's trying to slink away because I'm assuming there's 2 ways to get up to where.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So the captain took one and Magdai took the other.
There's no way
Yep.
he's getting away with that.
Oh no! No!
Yeah, but here's the thing. Rhaenyra is got the wheel, but she's glaring at
Oh, yeah. Magdai comes up and goes, Astro.
Yes.
You knew better to take the ire from Rhaenyra, didn't you?
Well, I was just attempting to steer the ship.
You were also the one who let all the water in.
There was damage movement.
Damage that you inadvertently caused.
Not necessarily.
The captain says, "Well, whatever we're gonna do, we're gonna hit land." As he points,
Well,
as
not
the
again.
as the you see the dock coming in fast.
Why are we always coming at the dock too quick? It's like, why are we always letting this happen?
Captain, take the wheel.
He just reaches over, grabs the wheel, and spins it hard
Magdai
as the ship just goes.
actually picks up Astro.
As the ship just kind of like slides up to the dock and bumps it, and then just kind of sits there. He says, shouts to one of the skeletons, "You there, drop anchor." And the skeleton just like pulls a pin in the ankle.
So Magdai has Astrum. How tall is Astrum?
Oh,
He's like 1.5 foot.
Yeah, so this is
what?
gonna be easy for.
Oh, no,
Ast-
Astrum's-
Aren't you like a...
Astrums?
No, you're thinking of Bess. Astrum's, he's medium sized.
Okay.
Yeah, medium-sized
So
character.
she can't think about, but she
You
is.
can grab him by his collar.
Huh?
You can grab him by his collar.
Oh yeah, she's grabbing him by the collar.
The captain's just
And she
holding
kind
there
of-
with the
she
wheel
kind of
looking
peers-
at
she
you.
Kind of peers around Astrum and looks at Bernera. Is there something we want to do?
She's going to bend down and look him straight in the eyes.
Captain's just holding the wheel with one hand, just glaring at all three of you.
Trying to tuck his foot down so his eyes aren't visible, but she's already
She's going to roll an intimidation check.
Oh.
Is it 11 work?
No.
What is it? What is he rolling against?
His AC.
What is your AC?
13.
No.
Yeah, like, first time intimidation ever worked for Meg.
Yep. Yep.
Well, she's gonna say it anyway, but it didn't work.
Go ahead.
Next time, if it looks broken, don't touch it. Let someone else handle it.
Very well.
And Magdai just kind of gently lets him go. And I'd take that threat if I were you.
And the captain says, "Next time anyone breaks my ship," as he's still holding the wheel with one hand, "I'll put you in the brig with no food or water for 3 days."
Captain, there's no room on this ship to have a brig.
We have one downstairs. A small one.
It's very cramped.
Rhaenyra is gonna like walk back across the ship to her spot at the bow of the ship.
And he says, the captain just kind of like locks the, like puts a pin in the wheel to kind of like lock it in place. Since you guys are docked at the harbor now, he says, "Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go get that chest down in the hold and bring it up so that we can figure out what the bloody hell we are doing with it." And he,
Are we going to be staying long enough so that we can rest? 'Cause that was a hell of a fight.
"You're welcome to do whatever you want on land."
Nice, but we need to get this to figure out what we're doing with it.
We're only
Yes.
gonna take out the contract scroll thing again, and it probably should say what to do with it at the end.
It says return. It says return to where you return to where you retrieve this scroll to receive your to receive your full toll.
Well, we're there already, so
Mhm.
that seems enough. He just kind of quickly says to himself before putting the scroll back into his.
Alright, so
tote.
everyone's going on land.
Well, we're waiting for the. I'm waiting for the chest to go up so I can take it.
The chest is now up on the top of the deck as the captain's like heaving it over his shoulder. And remember, it's the golden gilded chest with like this skull, and it has like ruby eyes and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I imagine like the nose part of
Yeah.
the skull is like the keyhole
mm-hmm.
a little bit. Where's
So what are we, Britland, what are we doing with it?
I will handle it, he says. Well, he grabs the
And that's
handle.
what I'm afraid of. What are we doing
It's
with it?
easy. I just go ahead and return and give it to, well, he quickly shows the contract real quick. Well, he doesn't show what it says, he just pulls out it all rolled
Yeah.
up and puts it back in his coat.
Drag.
Maybe somebody should accompany you to make sure that the payment that we all
Rhaenyra,
receive returns.
please go with him.
Don't worry, the payment will be great for all of us.
Who do you want to go with, Britland?
Rhaenyra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll go with him. But if I bring back a bag of bones, don't blame me.
So Logan, the gold is also in the bag.
Brittley like quickly thinks, there's no gold, is there? It's just a surprise.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like there's none of us for gold, and he's like, he
Yeah.
knows that, but he's not gonna tell you.
All right.
That's
So-
true. That is true.
What's everyone doing? As the captain's like climbed down the ladder and hopped onto the deck and is headed over to the shipwright and then starts talking to the shipwright about something.
Well, Brelin is gonna, with one hand holding on one side of the handle and one side of the chest, and starts taking it to the, you know, to the
into town.
Yeah.
to the trial of the gods peoples.
Yep.
Where he originally got the contract. And I guess Brunir will follow.
Brunir is gonna fall behind.
What's Astram doing?
He hasn't been given any specific instructions, I don't think.
No, he's free to do whatever. I mean, the captain said all of the crew are free to do whatever they need to do on land before their
He'll-
next journey.
He'll follow the captain. So it's Brunir and Britland who are going to the chest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
He'll follow. He'll leave like a few moments after they do, and he's gonna be like tailing them
Yeah.
from a discreet distance.
Yep.
That's it.
All right. So.
Magda is actually going to stay on the ship.
Mhm.
She's going to help continue to build out the ship
Yep.
so that when we leave, it's, you know, there's not a foot of water.
Yep. So if you want to roll ballast again, you can.
Oh lord. I mean, it was 78 before.
Yeah. Mhm. I mean, yeah. I'll just add on the number, and if it like caps, then I'll let you reroll.
Oh, that's a 55.
55. So you guys are back up to full.
Right. Okay. Cool. And as soon as she finishes that, she looks over at the captain and goes, "I am going to go to my bunk, and I am going to rest." Captain
Alright.
wouldn't go on land right
Yeah.
now. If there's if you need me for something, that's where I'm going to be,
Fair enough.
Captain.
And he's like
And she just
he kind of just waves her off, and
she
as
goes
them off.
down into her she goes down into her bunk and just kind of
Yep.
curls up and
All right. And then so now we're gonna cut over to the inside of town where you guys are walking up to the this kind of decrepit-looking, rundown structure.
Brelin already knows. Like, he's
Yep.
been here already.
Yeah. And there's a kind of like a wooden door with like a little slit in the top, and the slit goes. You see two pairs of eyes and says, "Do you have it?
Yes, of course I have it.
Who are your friends?"
Ah. What looks like
As the eyes just go like this, looking behind you.
I can't see your thing.
Well, yeah, but the eyes are darting back and forth, like kind of eyeing each one through the little slit in the door.
Astram in the view of the person.
Yeah.
Oh. Like Berlin doesn't see Astram for a second. As he looks, he's like, and he sees Astram. Why are you following? Looks.
I'm on shore. I picture Astram is like enough yards away that you guys gotta be off to both shout a little bit to hear each other.
Yeah.
But you're not.
As Astram's just kind of like peering through like one of the shop windows, just looking at
Yeah.
something in the window. Window shopping.
Anyways, Britland looks over to Bernier and says, "You mind waiting outside, or you have to come and follow me?"
I will wait outside any funny business and I will blow this building to shit.
Okay, that's a threat. Well, anyways, they're not coming in with me. Only I.
Only
Says
you.
while looking at the eyes.
Glut. Excellent. And the slot goes, and you're, and the door opens, and then like a bony hand just kind of like wraps around the door handle and gestures you in,
Britland walks in with his chest. You know, he's
dragging the chest in, and the door
Yeah.
goes. You're now inside this like little kind of like, it's kind of like how do I describe it? It's like a what are those pubs called that are like, you know, not legit, but like they're speakeasy.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah.
It's like a minute, like a speakeasy, but there's a guy behind a counter and he says, "Ah, Britlin, welcome." And he has like kind of like a if you remember the character, it's he has like one of those like pirate caps, one of those big pirate caps. It seems almost too big for his head. It kind of droops down a little bit over his eyes, and he says, "Did you bring it? Ah, I see you did. Excellent. Bring it here."
Okay. Says while dragging it over.
And he says, "Now open it."
Goes ahead and open, I guess, if he has the key on him.
You
Nearby.
don't have the key.
Ah.
And he says, "What's wrong?"
Don't think I have the key. But quickly looks at this whole thing if it turns to the key or whatever, because I guess
It kind of, another line appears underneath it and says, it's like
Don't do this to me, I will
basically
scream.
it's like a second part of the contract that appears after you complete the first part, and it says, "Go to Skeleton's Keep, where you will seek the key to your answers you seek."
I forgot. You guys are tricky again. He says, "Well, looking at as usual, there's always a cat. There's always some sort of difficulty. Well, I guess I have to do a second part." He says, "Well, rolling up the scroll, bring it back in."
And he said, and the guy says, "You seriously forgot the key?"
Well,
wasn't
it
asking
only
you.
disappeared when I got here.
Sorry, I was asking. Like I said that, and then like my phone just reacted. I'm like, no, I wasn't asking you.
Oh, you mean Siri came on and went, "I don't understand this question."
Yes. Yeah. So
You should know that these things always catch me off guard, especially when I just bought the chest and then it just appeared. When I got here and I checked, it wasn't here.
you have to give it time. These things are very old enchantments.
Yes, of course.
And he says, "I can do you one favor. I can give you payment for this portion of the contract."
Okay.
And he slides a kind of like this like little it's a skull, yes, but it's smoking and kind of like its eyes are billowing, and he says, "Give this to your friend outside. Tell them to drop it off at their faction." His house.
Their faction?
Their faction's house. I think they will need it greatly.
Okay. So we're picking it up.
And it just kind of, you just hear whispering of like various voices and stuff as you pick it up.
Well, what do I do with this chest? Do I bring it with me?
You can leave the chest here for safekeeping.
Okay, well, I'll return with the key, he says, while making his leave.
And the skeleton just opens the door and says, "Have a nice day," as it just kind of like its skull kind of like crackles and like, clinks.
And he just kind of walks out of that.
And the door goes behind you as you exit. You're standing there. Bernier's just kind of like standing there, I guess, tapping her foot underneath her.
No, she's looking out over
Oh,
the Draggle town.
the Draggle Town. Okay.
Beanie libraries, this solemn town.
You do know of one that you went to earlier.
Well, anyway. Well, I'm not fully sure. I think so, yes. But he kind of like doesn't really throw the skull up in there. He just kind of does like a little like it's, you can't fail it. It's
Like tossing it up in the air. Kind of like,
you can't fail that in its own, unless someone grabs it while you're throwing
Yeah.
it a little bit. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm giving this thing. It's,
Bernier, do you want to roll perception to see what it is, or insight?
No.
Okay.
She's more concerned with finding a library.
Oscar's
Yeah.
gonna sneak a little closer.
Yep. Do you want to roll perception or insight to see what Britlin's tossing up in his hand.
Or, yeah. I'll roll
Ah.
perception.
Mhm.
I rolled.
You have no clue what that is. It looks like, from all you think of, it's just some kind of fancy ornament that he got as a prize for turning in the chest.
Well, anyways, apparently I need to get a key, but as a small prize, I guess, he's given this and told us to give it to the friend outside, assuming you, and tell them to give it to their faction. He says, well, still
At the
us.
word, at the description of like the word skull, you just turn and look at it, Bernira.
Interesting. May I see that?
Well, I think they were just thinking you were the closest one, so he gives it to you.
When you take it, you hear the voices of scorned souls whispering in your ears.
Interesting.
And you feel a kind of an energy surge through you. Almost like as if you feel stronger and more alive than ever.
I know exactly what I'm gonna do with this gem. She's going to stuff it into her dress.
Yep. And Bernira, what did you want to do? You wanted to go to the library, right?
Yeah.
Alright, what is Astram doing now as he's kind of like still window shopping, or what is he doing?
I think at this point he's taken enough direct interest that he's approached the other two party members,
Okay.
and he's like, so we have to turn that in, and then we get our bill.
He's gonna... Look, he doesn't want to break it to Astram that there is no gold prize awaiting them. But
We
he
have-
also really doesn't.
We have one challenge ahead of us. If we'll get the gold master.
He looks at his contract scroll again.
And there's just an arrow pointing. There's now like a big arrow just pointing further up the hill, deeper into town.
Well, there's an arrow pointing deep down. It says. Well, look
Let's
at that.
be hit at the library. I want to find Miss Elvis.
Okay. He's gonna go.
Alright, so as you
Well,
hit.
also, I'm gonna quickly
go ahead.
check if there's any requirements for fencing, like if there's any timers.
You tap the scroll kind of like in your hand, and
I like trying to get electronic to work.
yeah, and the words 1 day 36 hours just kind of
Oh.
flashes across the bottom.
He's kind of groans. It says, we only have 1 day and 36 hours to finish the rest of this quest. Or we're not getting a prize.
This key we're looking for is on this island, though.
The arrow just kind of
Arrow is pointing
the
deeper
arrow
into
just
town.
kind of materializes again.
It's pointing deeper into town, so I assume yes, we can go that way while Bernira is looking for books, or we can just wait. But we only have 1 day, so we must be hasty.
Might as well at least scout out.
Wait, how long do we have?
1 day
1
36
day.
hours.
Yeah, 1 day.
So just a little bit over 2 days.
Yeah.
We're still pretty strict with time, though.
Yeah.
So, Britling would like to get this done quickly
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
he doesn't like being on the bad side of this faction.
Yeah.
Let us go find a library and be on our way.
Like, you work too
Mhm.
hard on being on the good side.
Alright, so Bernira, you are going to walk further up the cliffside into town, where you see kind of like like one of those wooden signs dangling outside this large kind of like tall structure that's made out of wood and various carvings. It looks very old, run down and stuff like that. Like it hasn't been touched in a couple of years. The paint's peeling off the facade. But you see a very old oak wood sign say Nooks and nooks and books, uh, library, and
Let's go.
the windows are all fogged up. Like, it looks like the place hasn't been touched in decades or tended to in decades. There's cobwebs kind of like on the sign and stuff like that.
Like, is Britlin and Ashton following, or?
That's up to you guys.
I'm following Rhaenyra unless,
Okay.
Unless Britlin wants to go.
Like, Britlin is
Split
a
up.
bit anxious with finishing this, but
Yeah.
Rhaenyra is pretty insistent with them going, at least how she says it.
Yep. So, you guys follow Rhaenyra, and Rhaenyra, you come up to the door. There's a large metal ring on the door that's like a knocker.
She's just gonna pull the door open.
As the door opens, and you hear nothing inside. No voices or anything. I mean, there's a couple like torches inside that are lit, that are like glowing, like lanterns, but that's it.
Time to search for some spell books.
As you step foot inside, and you're kind of like on the bottom floor. There's 3 floors to this whole building. It's a 3-story building,
Back.
and it is bookshelves beyond belief. Like, there are bookshelves in the middle. There's like a balcony up top with a couple stairs going up, and then there's another layer above that that's a smaller balcony with, like, you know, there's like ladders that roll across back and forth in the library
Yeah.
on the top floor. So you can't walk on the top floor, but you can reach up and grab books with the ladders. So, and then there's a clerk's desk there.
Empty or not?
There's a clerk's desk there next to it, near the very far back of the room, but you don't see any movement, or you don't sense anything nearby.
This place.
If you'd like to roll perception or something like that, Rhaenyra or
How
anyone.
dusty is this place?
As you walk by, you kind of flick a finger across one of the shelves and look at it, and there your finger is caked in dust.
Oh, it's very dusty. Very dusty here. You're sure anyone's here?
Somebody lit the lanterns.
So, I guess that someone's here, but
I'm not concerned who's here. I'm concerned I want.
well, you want us to get looking?
As the last person enters the room, the door goes and blows shut, and there's a cold wind that rushes across your spines.
I swear to God, if this is a trap.
And then, materializing from around the corner, next to, like, right in front of Rhaenyra's face, almost startling Rhaenyra, I need you to roll a perception check to see if you see it.
10.
It startles you when it materializes. It is a tiny little pixie male, and he's holding a scroll, and he says, "Ah, hello, how are you?"
It's not wise to start.
He flutters back a bit, and he says, "My apologies, you entered my establishment without knocking."
This place is run down. I did not believe anyone would still be here.
And it just kind of gestures and says, "I am a small, meager merchant. I can't deal with everything."
Well, this place is a bit big. I guess someone of your size wouldn't be able to keep up with this place very easily. He says, while kind of poking around some books, opening and closing them.
He says, look, but don't touch, please. Unless you're
Oh,
willing
sorry.
to buy."
I'm looking for a spell book, and any kind of
"Any kind of spell book?" he says. "We have lots of those. Anything in particular?"
something new that I haven't learned yet.
Something new, something, and he's just kind of floating along, you know, like looking at the spines of the books, and it's like something new, something unique, perhaps something special.
Something that will kill something easily if it struck them. I'm tired of all this crap I'm going through.
He says, I might have something, and he reaches up to, like, floats up to the second floor, reaches up to, like, one of these top bookshelves, pulls out this very, very thick volume, almost too heavy for him to carry, and he's just, a chain just kind of holds the book in place as he's just kind of, like, pulling the chain, and the book flops down to the bottom of this, like, floor. He picks it up and just kind of carries the book, struggling, like, you can see his, like, pixie wings are, like, fluttering desperately, and he just kind of tries to bring the book over to you and says, this might help, as he drops the book in your hands.
What is this book? I've never seen its like before.
This is a tome of great power. He flutters up next to your ear, and the pages start, like, flipping and, like, spinning, like flipping across really fast. And as the pages flip, you're starting to regain an understanding and knowledge of what's in this book, even without reading the text. I need you to roll Arcana check.
Alright, Arcana.
With advantage.
Ah. Okay, so wait, how do I do that?
Roll 2d20, take the highest.
What if I roll the same number?
I'll let you reroll.
Okay, because I rolled 2 3s.
Okay.
And I rolled...
Another 3.
I rolled a nat 1!
The book slams shut and closes itself, and the leather volume just kind of growls as teeth start to appear, and it starts trying to bite at your hands.
It's aggressive. He just says, great, they're an aggressive book.
And it starts snapping and snarling at you, and the shopkeeper says, Now, Bruce, that is not the way to act to a customer. As he just wraps the top of the book kind of, like, gently, and it just kind of purrs.
It would seem this book does not meet the requirements of power that I must adhere to. Something a little less than this, I do.
He takes the chain and returns the book to the shelf. And he says, let's see, something less, something unique, something... He slides a slightly thinner tome out, and easily brings it over to you.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, I hear snoring.
Sorry.
Easily brings it over to you and says, perhaps this. And he rests it in your hands.
Flip it open.
And you see a couple spells that, out of character, we'll discuss later. But the text kind of glows and, like, throbs. And as you read it, you feel a surge of energy run through you. And after the session, you will be level 2.
Cool.
I like how they get to be level 2, but we're not level 2. We're never gonna be level 2.
No, we're not gonna be level 2.
And the
Their team hates us.
no, not that way. It's just because Rhaenyra did a good job during the battle with the soul thing, and we discussed this earlier.
We didn't.
You guys did. There's gonna be a surprise for you later. Just wait.
Better be.
He's got a surprise for us all. I already know
Yeah.
that much.
So he says, it seems like the book has called to you. What is everyone else doing outside?
Well, Magda is asleep.
Yeah, Magda is still asleep on the boat, but you're woken suddenly by hammering and, like, the shuffling of, like, skeletons on board. Lots of skeletons, actually.
Keep forgetting we have skeletons on ship.
And the captain just kind of says, I need that there, and put that module over there.
Wait, we're getting a new module?
He says, he nods and says, yes.
What module are we getting?
Now I have to pull up the module. Give me a moment.
New
I just
module.
had to ask you that question.
Yeah.
Rhaenyra is gonna ask the bookkeeper, how much does this look?
2 copper, please. It's one of my lesser spells, but
Easily paid.
you drop the 2 copper into a sack that appears floating in the air. It says,
Here
pleasure
you
doing
are.
business with you. Let's see,
But to roll 2 3s on a Constitution saving throw with advantage, and I get 2 3s and a 1. What kind of luck is that? That's
alright,
bullshit.
so the captain is going to,
The dice
so,
gods were with you.
They
All right.
were really like in a emo teen stage at that moment.
Okay, you're saying, Kenny?
alright, so the 2 modules that are, being installed, you notice that the captain is, hammering a couple bells into the lower decks. Magdi?
Yes.
And, he says, might want to go check up top. There's something new up on the top deck, he says.
Well, I think I've got the... Okay, how long was I asleep?
About, good solid 4 hours.
Okay, that's not long for that's not enough for a long rest, right?
No,
No, just short
but
rest.
short rest, yeah. Yep.
Let me see if anything gets... Okay, that...
I love when my headphones start acting up.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So what is everyone else doing as, this is all happening?
Okay, my hidden step went away, and...
Yeah.
So she gets up, kind of... I really need to get more sleep. But I'm
Yep.
gonna go up to the top deck.
You come to the top deck and you see the wheel looks a little different this time. And there's kind of like a mist kind of like around the wheel. Like a mystical
Captain?
kind of mist.
Captain?
He comes up and says, I see you've noticed the new upgrades.
What is this?
That is the Wheel of Fortune. And no, not...
Wheel! Oh, fortune!
He says, it basically allows the ship to pilot itself when in combat, so we don't have to pilot the ship anymore.
I like how many people are angry at that.
God, that's cliche as hell.
I kind of dig it, to be honest.
And he says,
Dig it. Oh god.
he says, and he points to the sails, and he says, also, you might notice those.
I'm looking at the sails.
They are like a leather kind of bound kind of like sail, much stronger than the old like cloth sails that you have. And you say, those are immune to tears by enemy attacks.
Oh, well that will be nice. It won't stop them from knocking down our masks, but...
True, but it helps here and there. He says also, I managed to grab he flips through like his check sheet and says, where is it? Control find. I also managed to get the battle stations upgrade.
What does that do?
The ship's bell is enchanted, allowing it for an early warning to be sounded when enemies are nearby. Only works during the night, however. I couldn't get the day package. He says
Why couldn't you get not the day back?
they didn't have it available.
Oh. just waiting? So are we just waiting on our people to come back?
Yes.
Rhaenyra is going to start heading. Is going to leave out the doors, go deeper into town,
Yep.
following the direction of the arrow.
The arrow comes to
Brooklyn's like a
the
head thing.
like kind of like running with the map, and the arrow is slowly turning towards the left, in the right,
Then he freaking like does like a drift to it. Like,
drift, and then now it's pointing straight up, and you look up and you see you see the courthouse.
oh, is this where we really have to go?
The arrow just
If
kind
we see him
of
that
like
way.
nudges you, kind of like follow.
Astrado's taking
Yeah,
How are we gonna get up there?
there's stairs.
Find a staircase and go up it.
The stairs are
Yes.
right in front of you, the marble stairs.
Oh, stay on this fucking. He says it'll hit a little bit.
You know, Brooklyn, it would do you some to detect that thing off while we're here. No one can see you besides me. And, well, this goofy little lizard over there.
Well, he doesn't know what's under the fucking sill. He is not very good at seeing, apparently.
That much is obvious.
Astram, roll perception to overhear this.
only in the
Okay, you don't hear anything. You just hear them kind of bickering.
He's the worst rogue.
It's not very perceptive.
No, he's not.
They're supposed to be good
Let us
scouts.
climb the staircase. Be on our way.
All right, so you climb up the stairs and you get to the top of this kind of like guarded entrance, and two of these gilded like sovereign guards stand there and at attention. They say, "State your business."
What's happening to
Astro would like try to step
State your business, please.
Our business is our own. Open the door or be blown to smithereens.
What happened?
They draw their swords and say, "If that is a threat against the sovereign nation, you are hereby."
Everyone says, oh, it's no threat, it's no threat.
Astro will put a hand up and say, we're here on business to see the magistrate.
The magistrate, why didn't you just say so? Says the other guard, as he sheathes his sword back into his scabbard, and says, "Please proceed." And the other one does the same by putting his sword away.
Rhaenyra gives no shits.
Nope.
As they open the door and let you in, but as you walk in, the two guards just kind of like eyeball Rhaenyra as she walks by.
She's going to eyeball them right back.
I'm pretty sure like
All right.
Glance.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure, like, Rhaenyra's between Astrid and like, Berlin right now.
Yeah.
Like, this Rhaenyra's
You're now in this great hall, kind of. Okay, not to riff off of Harry Potter, but think of Gringotts but grander.
I have not seen that before because I don't.
Okay, well, whatever. But like, it's very.
Cathedral ceiling.
It's cathedral ceilings, very ornate, lots of glass, chandeliers, crystal chandeliers and stuff like that. And lots of oak, mahogany and stuff like that. And it almost looks more like a bank than than kind of like a courthouse, but whatever.
Berlin just really looks
And
at
you come up to the front desk, and there's a that old crotchety gnomish lady there, and she says, "Back again."
Who?
The crotchety old gnomish lady.
I don't remember.
Who is she speaking to?
Yeah.
She's speaking to Rhaenyra, because remember you went up here to get that talk to that skeleton person last episode, skeleton
Oh,
captain.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is cool.
Brooklyn
Yep.
House.
Okay, well, Berlin
What
is-
can I do for you today? She says.
This man here has a scroll. The scroll is pointing him in a direction. The direction has taken us to here. He's after some kind of key that he needs for that scroll.
Berlin is back to staring at the map.
the key is pointing up. Meaning that the key,
Why is it pointing up?
it's pointing like straight, but as you hold the map up, the map doesn't change direction as you're holding it.
It means it's pointing forward, so it means you go
Yeah.
deeper into the courthouse.
Yeah. And she says, "Well, if you can describe the key to me, that'd be great. Maybe I can see if we have anything in our archives."
The key would be something with a skeleton on it, something of a ruby nature.
Would the map show what the...
It kind of materializes upon command and just kind of like shows a very small sketch of what it looks like.
Oh, that...
And she says, "Ah, you'll need to speak to the magistrate themselves. I don't have authorization to open that particular vault."
Then bring him down here, will you?
She reaches under like the lip of the desk, pulls out two like little note cards and stamps them and says, "These are keys to proceed to the back of the magistrate's office. Wait there and he will call you." She rings a bell 3 times and says, "You may go upstairs."
Come on, Brickman, this way.
Rosgrove will take one of the cards because he wants to get a look at this.
Yep. You take one of the cards and it has a like a kind of like a visitor's badge kind of key in it.
Okay.
Britlin is
Mhm.
following.
I want to try to memorize it so that I might be able to use my forgery kit with it later.
Okay. Okay.
Just for.
All right.
just for
So
not-
what would that
not-
be?
Perception.
Perception. Yeah.
No.
Intelligence?
Because, no, it would be a history because
History, yeah.
we would have to recall it later on.
Thank you. Yeah. History check. And I'll let you roll with advantage because you have the physical thing that you need to know
Okay,
with you.
That's good because that first roll was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But that's about as good as it's gonna get. With advantage, I rolled a 10. So.
Okay. Yep. So. Yep. You make your way upstairs, and one of these these 2 guards standing at the door says, "Please present your passes."
I'll line up.
You may proceed as they open the door.
Both of these guards, they're males, correct?
Yes.
No, we can go through. I will pick you. I'll physically pick you up. I will physically.
No. Let's see, what would this be? What kind of role would this be?
Why you like this?
Would it be a
So he's gonna have to teach
What are you trying to do?
seduction? Is a persuasion role, isn't it?
Yes. Or, yeah. It's persuasion. Or intimidate. Well, you're not intimidating him into.
Yeah, I rolled a 7.
He looks at you and he looks at you and says, "Keep it moving."
No.
No, she was gonna grab him and kiss him, but she didn't.
Bruno, let's get
But that's
going.
only an 11, so it doesn't work.
He just says, "Keep it moving."
This is Bruno's dragging her child. Let's get going.
As the doors close behind you and you're kind of like in this kind of like an oak library room, but like a desk in the center, and there's a kind of like a old like chair on a pivot, and it spins around, and you can see sitting there is a skeleton creature, but has a gold skull. He says, "Ah, hello. I see you have come. What can I do for you, gentlemen?"
I'll hold up a.
And there's a lady there too.
And he looks over at the party and says, "Oh, and the other one too."
This 100.
I like that. And the other.
Keep in mind that this is the time. This time zone is timeline is kind of like that. So I'm just letting you know.
Oh, well, I understand.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
I'll
It
hold up-
comes with the
I'll hold up-
times.
I'll hold up the pass that we brought. That I
He says, yes, 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 I know very well about the protocol. What are you here for?
Well,
We need to see the magistrate about an item.
I am the magistrate, and what item is
Yeah,
this in
well-
particular you're looking for?
looking for this key.
You hold up the thing, and he reaches around, kind of like grabs at around something at his neck, and he says, "Unfortunately, I cannot let you have this." He pulls out the key, says it's a family heirloom.
Rhaenyra is gonna put her hand on the desk.
Oh.
And
Uh-oh.
As soon as the Rhaenyra does a thing, everyone is sccared, and I
He-
Look this magistrate dead in the eyes. She's going to compliment him.
No.
okay, that would be a
He didn't even die for a second.
Wouldn't
It
that
would be a
it's
persuasion,
a
yeah.
critical role. Wouldn't it be a performance thing?
it would be a performance check, or I'd take persuasion.
Okay, I'll try for persuasion.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that's 18.
He says, I will be willing to part with it, but at a steep price. What are you offering?
But why would you do that, my dear magistrate? Those long, sensuous bones of yours.
Stop. Okay, I'm gonna definitely.
He
I'm
says,
so glad that my character's not listening.
He
to
says-
this.
And that
400 gold. 400 gold.
Now, sweetheart, that's a little much, don't you think?
300 gold.
You make it 250 and you got a deal.
200, final
Mr.
offer.
Hanson. Very well then. Here you go. 200 it is.
He
Oh
She put
God!
200
Why
gold on the desk.
Why does
he
this
takes the
make me want to
necklace
take a
off
shower
and
so
he
badly?
takes the necklace off and hands it to you, and he says, "Please be careful with it."
Plant a kiss on his forehead. Mwah.
And the skeleton, it's cold to the touch,
Why?
and
Why?
the skeleton just kind of like shrinks down into like his seat, and he if you could imagine like a gold skeleton blushing, it's blushing. And it says, "Is that all you'll need today?" He says, kind of quizzically.
I'll be seeing you around. Level boy.
And the
She
skeleton just
takes
like
the key and starts like walking out with a swing it on her finger.
just twirling it on your finger like. And the doors open, and the two guards are there, and they're like, "So how did it go?" And they just see Rhaenyra just exiting, twirling the key, and they're like,
No one told.
"Okay then."
No one told me. No one told me that. The part I definitely that. was-
Sorry, I was fixing to say it. Like, you know, unmute.
Yeah. Yeah. What were you about to
We
say?
have the key, by the way.
Yeah.
What happened?
She searched the magistrate and got the key for 200 gold.
That's why I deafened, because drinking it made me uncomfortable.
Yeah. And
Hey, it wasn't intimidation this time.
Yeah, fine.
That's
Again,
true.
Rhaenyra is the complete opposite of other.
Yeah.
all right. Do we guys want to
What roles you roll?
question? Do we guys want to take a quick bathroom break or anything, or do we want to keep going?
I actually need to go eat, so yes, let's take a short break.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as the party exits the magistrate's office and heads back to the ship or wherever they're gonna go, we're gonna cut to break. So we'll be right back after just a few moments.
Moo indeed.
Mood indeed it is, and we'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and ready to continue our adventure, so hope you guys are enjoying the show, and let's hop right back into it.
Oh, through some looks at Vernia. Interesting ways to get it.
The captain is still on the ship,
Well,
and
anyway,
he's kind of like tapping his toes, like looking over the bow banister of the ship, and he says, "Where are they?" as he's looking at Magdai.
Take this key, gets the key real quick. We'll take the key to Vernia, I guess.
Yep.
And she holds it out of his reach.
Why don't we all go? and see what's in that chest?
Well, I can only go in the building. Only I can, because I trust him. You guys.
Except that there's one little problem. I don't trust them. I want that decision for myself. We busted our asses to get it. They don't deserve it.
But anyways, let's just get to the building. He says we're walking over.
And you walk down the stairs, and the lady says, the gnomish lady says, "Find everything okay?"
Found everything just fine.
You did. You were most helpful.
Excellent. Please write a review. She says, "Please write if you need anything else. And thank you for coming to town." And she just kind of like waves with her knobby little fingers.
Brun's a bit scarred.
Do we still have our visitor passes?
She didn't retrieve them from you.
Okay, cool. I'm totally walking out with the one that I have, so that
Yep.
I can use that as reference material.
Britton.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did we lose someone?
What happened?
Give me a moment.
Best died.
We lost a... Oh, someone was lurking, that's why.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's okay. Alright, so, we don't mind lurkers listening in, so... So we, yeah, you guys left the building. You guys are now on, like, the steps of the courthouse. And it's kind of, like, late afternoon now.
Well, we gotta get he says we're quickly running over.
Running down the
I
steps.
got the key now. I can't go in without the key.
Yes, you will. We're all going. They have a problem with it. I'll simply blow the building to smithereens.
No.
We may be able to negotiate this.
These guys, it took so long to get good with these guys.
Well, if they trust you, they'll trust us.
But he knocks on the door.
This like goes...
It's me again, and I have the key. So
Excellent, says the skeleton voice. Do you mind having your friends wait outside?
We would
Well-
prefer to accompany.
we're being stopped.
We're near it and swing the key around and look at the face of the slot door. You want this key? We all three are coming in.
I
no
can't stop
exceptions.
them, I'm sorry.
Wait here, he says, as the slit closes and you just hear like shuffling inside. And then the slit, like almost like what feels like 2 minutes but much less time has passed. And the slit opens and says, "Fine, they can come in, but no funny business." As you just
Yes,
slit
of
closes
course,
and you...
no
She's gonna like wrap the key around her finger and snatch it out of the air. And just walk straight in.
Okay, Berlin walks, tries to stay ahead. Like he tries to keep himself in front.
As you walk, as all of you,
And we're kind of like
all of you walk into this like kind of like speakeasy kind of small cramped room, and the person at the bartender is cleaning the drinks, and like there's a organ off to the side, and it's playing kind of like shanty music, and it just stops abruptly as the sea witch enters, and the music just stops, and then it draws the attention of the bartender, who says, "Who let her in?" He
I
says.
can't stop her. She just goes where she wants.
And the person at the door closes the door behind him and says, "I did, sir." He says, "This is coming off your pay." What business do they have here? He says.
Well,
Ah, Britlin, noticing you.
yes.
Did you bring it?
Yes, I have the key, but she, Bernier, won't let me have it. So,
Bring it here, mistress.
She's gonna stand there and glare at the barkeep.
Can we just open the chest already? This is already getting confusing.
The chest is
Why
at
don't
your
we all-
feet, Brunero.
We all open the chest together.
This is why I was here.
Where's
right?
the chest at?
It's like up against the back of like the front of the bar near one of the stools where Britlin left it.
Yeah, he's just gonna walk up
I'm
to
going
it.
to point this out. Me and my crew risked our lives to hoist this chest away from a necromancer. The least we can do is guarantee a prize for this chest and wealthy pay.
Well,
He says, "Open it and find out."
well, can I have the key now, Bernier? I can open it.
She's gonna hand the key to Britlin.
He takes it and quickly unlocks it, and I guess the skull thing does a cool little opening thing. with
Yeah,
the-
its teeth go.
Exactly what I just. And he opens it.
There is about 1,500 gold coins in it, and sitting on it is on top of it is a spell book,
Oh,
like another kind of like skull kind of thing, and a kind of like a golden flintlock buried in the back of it,
he immediately takes the flintlock. This is mine now.
and
We should probably bring all of the treasure back to the party.
Yes, it'll be very hard to just.
and
I
then
guess
there's
we'll-
a kind of like a scroll, kind of like embedded underneath
He takes
the.
that scroll too.
He takes the scroll and the bartender
This
says,
is the
"Ah,
stuff he
ah,
puts
ah,
Oh,
that's for your captain."
oh, okay. I'm still gonna keep it in my pocket, but I will give it.
I assume the gold in the chest we can take and split among our crew.
Each item in the chest is designated for one crew member to choose.
Ah, okay.
Bernier is gonna take the spell book, obviously.
What else is in the chest?
A kind of like a skull kind of thing.
Like, I assume the
A-
flintlock is for me, right?
The flintlock, the skull. There's a load of coin that can be
Wait, what was
split
it
amongst
for?
the party.
What was each item for?
Each item is kind of like a token of gratitude from the faction.
So it's the flintlock for my character, right? 'Cause he is a flintlock?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
It's an upgraded
Spell book
flintlock.
for Rhaenyra, the scroll for the captain, and I assume the skull is for the Zipway.
Yeah.
I don't know what
It kind of has snakes kind of wrapping around the skull and going into the eyes and stuff. Like metal snakes.
Anyways,
It speaks
so-
to you, and as it speaks to you, its eyes light up, and you can sense the presence of like other creatures nearby, like on the island, and you can speak to any of them. It's basically like long distance message
Oh.
while you're
okay.
holding this thing.
Do I know what the nature of those creatures are?
Passive.
Against the roll townsfolk.
Well, like, not basically. You can speak to like any animal creature on the island, or within the proximity of this, which is basically like the basically within range of this island area is basically the range it can go up to. But it can't sense hostile creatures. It can't speak to hostile
Oh, okay.
or boss level
So-
creatures.
So for instance, I'll try to like see if I can get in touch with like a seagull.
One of the seagulls outside just squawks in your head and says, "Ship off port! Ship off port!"
Tell me more about this ship.
Well, anyways, Britlin is gonna close the chest and go, well, I guess we can take this to the ship now.
And then there's a loud crack of thunder outside as it starts raining.
There
Yes.
may be
Ship off port! Ship not good!
there is a possibly hostile ship coming through port. We might
Britlin is gonna discreetly look at his tattoo thing again, because he forgot about
It's
it.
glowing.
Ah! You just hear him let out this road and okay, let's get quicker. He says we'll immediately
Well,
open the
that's
door.
okay.
Okay, so I guess we'll bring the chest. Chest now. It's gonna have
You
to
may
be
take
on
the
that guy.
chest, says the bartender.
Huh?
Wait, what?
And he said, "You may take the chest, but I keep the key."
Yes, of course.
The chest is already unlocked. So I think
Yeah.
we're all
I
right.
guess he takes
Yep.
the key out of it because I guess he left the
Yeah.
key in it and just tossed
Yeah.
it to the
Yep. hmm
All right.
Anyways, let's get going. He says,
Meanwhile,
start
back on the
with
ship, the captain is looking through a spyglass and sees the looking off to the horizon as this like a bunch of seagulls are squawking above his ship, and he says, "Damn birds, get away!"
I am going. Can I roll?
Yep.
Because I'm also looking
Yeah.
out. Can I roll
when you,
perception?
perception.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's the word I'm looking for.
I accidentally closed my freaking character sheet thing. Why did I do this?
Yep.
I don't know.
Okay, so I'm going to roll my perception.
Yep.
That is a 10.
You don't see very much of anything except fog rolling
Portland
in.
is on full sprint, by the way.
So has the fog come in?
Yes, the fog has come in and is kind of like, like it's obscuring your vision.
Portland is on
It's very
full
thick
sprint
fog.
right now.
I
How close is
look
it to the jet?
over at the captain. Just, where did this fog come from?
I don't know, but I don't have a good feeling about this.
Is everyone at the ship yet?
You guys are running down like the main drag, and you can see like the fog rolling in straight up at
God. I know exactly what that is too. I don't even need to check. He just said his panting almost, even if he doesn't need to pant.
you. All right, as you guys are like walking in, and like the fog is rolling in thick,
Eventually, they get close enough so I guess everyone on the ship can hear the freaking chest scraping.
yes,
Get the ship set going! He says while he freaking immediately rushes up onto the deck.
Why? We can't see a blooming thing.
There's a ship coming. in.
it's not safe.
He
And the
shows
captain
his
and the
tattoo.
captain says it's not safe to set sail in this weather.
He shows
As
his
the wind's
tattoo,
blowing.
like, guess what?
Well,
he's-
then we should prepare for a land battle.
He puts away the tattoo again. And
Yep.
he's like, okay, also the chest is open and it has a gift for everyone. Captain, he gives the captain the scroll. because
He
chest.
opens the
This was in
scroll.
the chest.
He takes the scroll and opens it, and he says, "Excellent. This is exactly what I need."
And also, I guess, if he's holding that golden flintlock now, I don't know what the golden flintlock does, but I guess it's just a...
It gives you the basically the where is it? It gives you the one true shot ability.
Oh, I forgot what that did.
What is
I'm getting
It's a
into it. Hold on.
module, and that's all I know.
what is the spell book supposed to do?
The spell book grants you
One true shot.
no spell book
No, I
grants you one ability from the list that basically it randomizes the spell every time. It's basically a module book, like a temporary module that you can swap out at sea.
Ooh, nice.
And this is the only book that it's a rare book that only lets you do this at sea, but you can only swap out one module while at sea,
Oh. Okay.
and not during combat.
But
Mhm.
I'm looking at one true shot. If I remember get a kill and blow on him with a flintlock. That's why this gun is a flintlock.
Yep.
And it's gold.
Mhm.
And the ship will fire damage. Basically, it's just like if I'm good with it,
Mhm.
then I get benefits.
Yes.
I got all of our abilities are well, I guess we get like 2 module based like
Mhm.
items.
Yeah.
I got it module based, and then
Mhm.
Rhaenyra gets like a multi-use.
Yeah.
Anyways, you know who is probably coming, and well, that's the problem, isn't it?
There's a
But now we
as a
heard
cannonball like blasts into the side of the top of the ship.
Okay, so someone get that chest down below before it gets hit and all the gold goes everywhere.
Magda, you may want to take a look at the chest. There's something for you in there as well.
Was there something in that for?
I thought so. I thought there was one
Yeah.
part of each bug.
There's a like a what is it? A very long sword in the very bottom, underneath all the gold.
Oh yeah, Magda, here's a sword I found in the bottom of it.
Ooh, very nice.
We all got gifts from the chest.
I'd like to raise the skull that I got and talk
Yep.
to the seagulls and say, would you kindly position yourselves over the enemy ship so that we can tell where it is?
Acknowledged. Kind of.
We're the robots.
No. That's the best I could do for like a
That's fine,
talking
but
bird.
I'll
So,
give it.
Going eye or something.
yeah. Fine. No, it just screams fine. And they you see the birds kind of like fly away from your ship and kind of like move off into the fog and disappear.
Okay, so we can't really see them.
Yeah, but you
I'll
can
say-
hear them
Okay, like
off in the distance.
I think I have an idea of the ship. Can I attempt to like load a cannon and aim it in that general?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I will do that.
You guys are now in combat.
We're gonna firefly.
Okay.
We're not even going. It's like yes, this walk is bad. But that's the ship we're going up against. If you remember it from last time, we fought.
Rhaenyra, she's going to hand out over the relic. And she is going to call out to her Sark friend that she set free a while back.
Oh.
You just hear.
Her Megalodon friend.
Mm,
It sounds
and a fin
like
just
a
rises
big,
up from the water.
Oh no.
Good.
Captain, drop the chain. Walk
A chain? We already dropped anchor.
Well, hoist anchor and drop a chain.
Just you heard what
He
it
said.
said.
He says. He shouts to two of the skeletons, "Hoist the anchor and tie the anchor onto the top of the deck. Release the chain." And the skeletons just look quizzical and he says, "Just do it, damn it." Is he's gonna roll intimidate on the skeletons? That is a 18. So the skeletons
Oh, yeah,
just
thank you.
nod and they get to work. So they're gonna roll a strength check. That's a 21, so they definitely pull up the anchor and do what's needed to be done.
Everyone, I need you to brace for impact.
Racing already, he says we'll
Are you gonna do what I think you're gonna do, Fernera?
And there's a loud grinding sound right as you say. There's a loud grinding sound of wood and splinters, as you see looming up from behind you, the very back of the ship. This thing just starts slicing into the back of the ship. The bow of the Sapira is cutting into your ship. You're gonna take. I'm gonna have to roll to hit your ship. Give me a moment. That's a d20 plus a roll the ballast. I'm gonna have to put this over here so I don't spill water all over my computer.
Freaking the captain's like, how dare you damage my ship? We're going to the brig, and they all just get.
The bells on the ship start ringing, saying "Enemy nearby! Enemy nearby!"
What do you think?
And you are down to the blast. Literally just slices into the back of the hull, destroying the rudder. And the top two decks are completely destroyed. Water is pouring into the top two decks.
Hold on, whoa.
They used ramming speed on you.
Yeah, they use ramming speed.
But they were so far away, though.
Ramming speed gives them a boost because they also have the billows ability.
Yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They
Top-
have billows and ramming speed, two of the very strong, like a very strong combination.
Yeah.
Like I have the file that hasn't been updated
Yep.
updated yet, by the way, of all the
Yep.
modules.
True.
So
But you guys are down to 15% hull, but 100% ballast.
Berlin just looks at the captain and says, "This is what happens when you don't listen to me. I said let's get going, and you said we can't."
And the there's
the
another.
train is still dangling in the water. Isn't it?
Yes, it is.
She's going to. Rainier is going to call out to the shark. Grab the chain and give us a tug.
There's a loud groaning sound as more water spills into the boat. I'm gonna reduce your ballast by 10%, and you're gonna take a hull breach.
Oh God.
As water starts pouring into the front of the ship.
Like Berlin's obviously
But-
very.
Magdai is Magdai is going.
I mean,
to-
not a hull breach. You're gonna lose ballast. Sorry.
Yeah. Magdai is going to go try to fix the hull breach.
All right. As water starts rising up quickly above deck,
What do I need to roll, dears?
you need to roll a dexterity check, and then you have to roll well, not a swimming, whatever. I'll say animal handling because you have to basically tend to the boat's wounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dexterity check was a 12.
12. Okay, so you managed to dive under the water, holding your breath, grabbing a board. Mm-hmm. And some nails.
And the animal handling is a 9.
You don't know where the water's coming from. You just see bubbles all around.
And that's my turn because
All right.
that's all I can do.
And there's another groaning sound as you hear shots being fired from above top deck. They are boarding your ship. 6 skeletons have just boarded.
Berlin just looks at them and says, "Why are you guys so stubborn these days?" He says while pulling out his, like, freaking slamming down his cane and activating the sword mode. And also having his footlock in the other hand.
Yep. The captain just draws his blunderbuss.
Othram will attempt to hide so that he can prepare an ambush.
Okay. Roll me stealth.
I do like these characters.
15.
15. Okay. You managed to hide, but barely. One of them is gonna try and roll a perception to see if they can spot you. And they do. They say,
Well,
"Seize him!" And one rushes forward and tries to grapple you.
okay. Well, when I get a chance, I'm gonna try to stab him.
Okay.
I don't know. What
Well, it's a contested roll because he's trying to grapple. So.
Okay. So I gotta roll.
Yep.
Can I roll acrobatics to avoid being grabbed?
Sure. Yeah. You have to beat a 16.
I rolled a 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, so you managed to leap aside as this well, not leap aside, but you managed to like stab it in the rib cage,
Okay.
and your sword is now stuck in the rib cage of this thing, and it's kind of like trying to like claw at your face with its bony fingers.
We seem to be at an impasse.
And it tries to grab your head and like snap your neck.
I'll twist my sword.
It roll for damage because you've already hit. It's pretty much point blank.
Do I roll what's on my character sheet, or do I roll something else?
You roll what's up? Oh no, you roll a D. What is it? A D4 for
D4.
no D4 for
It's a rapier.
Oh, it's a rapier, so that's a D6. Yeah.
D6. Okay.
Because if it's a cutlass, it's a D6, D4.
That's fair. Okay. That's
Yeah. But since it's
I
a
rolled
larger
3.
cutlass, it's a 3. So it's gonna take 3 damage.
Berlin.
Okay.
Is it Berlin's turn?
Yep. Britlin's turn.
Berlin's gonna look over to the little skirmish between Astrim and its skeleton,
Mhm.
and he's gonna, for one, form I'm trying to remember how aiming works. I think aiming just doesn't get affected by my sight really. It gets affected
Yeah.
by my like. is it
Your-
just a
It gives you a +1.
One modifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my thingy.
Yep.
He's gonna quickly aim for the skeleton's head, or generally in the head with
Yep.
some flintlock.
Okay.
He's going to shoot.
Roll a hit.
Rolling to hit. Watch it miss and me get all upset about it. Yeah, that's what I expect. Freaking it just jams. Ah. You know what? Oh, I forgot ammo. You forgot to put ammo in it?
And the
Really?
captain is going to captain's turn. He's gonna leap up at one of these skeletons from behind the wheel, and just kind of lunge at it. He's gonna roll to grapple. That is a dirty 20. He hits, and knocks the skeleton down onto the deck, and is kind of like rolling around on the deck, kind of like pinning it to the deck, and they're kind of like, you know, rolling around back and forth. He's trying to punch the skull and stuff like that, so that's his turn. He's gonna roll a strength check. That's another 22. He literally just grabs the skull and rips it off the spine, and the skeleton just goes limp.
Oh, good job.
And he tosses the skull like across the deck and just kicks it aside. Who else? Who's up next? Magdai.
Wait. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Did everybody else go?
Bernier is last.
Okay.
Yep. She did her
Magdai is still
action, the shark.
Yeah. Magdai is still going to try to fix the ship.
Okay. So roll me another dexterity saving throw, or animal handling check.
There we go.
Yeah. Sorry.
And that one.
The water starts like you've been under the water looking for these holes for so long that you haven't realized that you're running out of air,
Oh no.
and the water is rising up above the top deck. I'm gonna drop the hull by 5%. I mean
Guys, we need
the
to
ballast.
save the ship!
We're going to lose the ship if we don't get our act together.
Alright.
All right, that's your turn. Bernier, go.
My turn.
Bernera, do something, please. He says while he's fumbling with the flintlock still.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How close are the skeletons to each other?
They are swarming the deck. There's 6 of them, and they're like
How
going
close
both.
are
They're,
they?
Oh.
What is,
So-
how close together are they?
they're about like 6 feet apart from each other, and they're coming from the stern of the ship, because the back of the ship got rammed with the front bow of the Sapura. Mm-hmm. And remember, you guys were docked, but you're kind of like just bobbing up and down, low in the water because of all the water you've been taking on. So your ship is kind of starting to sink.
I mean, if it's gonna sink, at least we're already at dock.
Yeah.
Okay, she's going to stride up to one of the skeletons.
Okay.
She's going to roll a intimidation check
Oh
on the
no.
skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, that is a... Come on!
What'd you get?
That damn nat one.
The skeleton slashes at your dress with its cutlass. It's gonna roll a hit, and it's going to hit. That is a 17, and it is going to do. Where Where is it? 1d6 because this is an enchanted
Is it
cutlass.
slashing my dress or is it slashing me?
It's slashing you and the dress. The dress is gonna take 2d6 actually. 6. And you are gonna take 5.
Alright, just got 4 health left.
Alright.
The dress is overall fine. It's helping
Yeah.
me that left.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sheesh. So that's her turn.
Yep. And the captain is going to
I don't know why I'm getting such bad rolls.
the captain's
today.
gonna scream out and say, "Save the ship!"
We're trying.
And it is now Britlin's turn. Yep. Because Brunero just went. So that was like top of the round.
He got his flintlock back and loaded.
Mhm.
Okay. Actually, he looks at the crowd of the skeletons. He puts away the flintlock and just because he's not really near the, the cane part. that he
Yeah.
left behind, he just kind of throws down the sword, so it goes toing. As it
Yep.
hits the ground.
Yep.
And I'm gonna roll for magic again
Okay.
because I don't.
Arcana check.
How many times I can do it?
Okay.
3.
3. This is seaweed. Grass.
Oh, it's water this time. Great. I guess I can choose what I can do with this element, but still.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But okay, he's gonna do this. He's gonna actually do seaweed things. He says something about. He's just gonna wrap
Yeah.
up some skeletons with it.
As seaweed starts, like, your hands start having barnacles grow around them and stuff like that.
Hey, this is useful. Do I have to roll for anything, or is it just?
You have to point and roll to hit.
I don't like rolling for it. I guess I can use my accuracy increase though.
Yep.
I keep forgetting I have it. It's super useful. I got a 21.
Nice. Which skeleton do you want to hit? Or
Couldn't I just hit a crowd?
you can
okay.
try and aim for the crowd. Yeah, I'll let you hit the crowd since you got such a good roll. Yeah. So you hit the crowd of skeletons. I'll let you pick 3 out of the 4 that are there.
Well, I don't know which ones I should specifically attack.
Well, you're attacking them as a unit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna attack just a random 3 of them.
Okay.
The 3 closest together.
Roll me a d6 for.
36 damage.
Yep. Mhm.
6. Just 6. Just straight up damage.
6 damage. Nice. The skeletons cannot move, and they sacrifice their turn for this round. So, at least those 3.
And it worked. He says, kind of like happily. Of course he.
And one of the skeletons that you've wrapped up just glares at you with red eyes and holds its action.
Why red eyes? They're supposed to have blue eyes, and only leaders are supposed to have red eyes.
Well, bluish red, like purple eyes.
Oh, that's better.
And now it is Astron's turn.
Okay. So are there how many skeletons are still on board?
There are. Alright, so there are now 4. 3 of which are being dealt with Britlin. One of them, which is currently stuck in, I think one of. No, one was wrestled down with the captain, he's killed, so that takes it from 5 down to 4. And the other one, you don't know where it is. And there's one, I think.
Standing in front of Rhaenyra.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are there any other skeletons coming from the other ship right now?
No, it just looks like it's a crew of 6 that tried to board.
Alright. And can I see the deck of the other ship?
Yes, if you move to the back of the ship where the wheel is, that's currently destroyed.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll ballast again while you're doing that to reduce the ballast because no one's being tended to this stuff. So now you guys are down to 46 ballast.
Oh boy.
Here's what I'm interested in doing. If it looks like they've sent their crew over like in a full-on attack, and
Yeah.
the deck of the other ship is largely unattended, Astram wants to try to get over there, preferably.
You want to
stealthy.
board? You want to use your board action?
Yeah, I want to counterboard. Yes.
Okay. That you can do because they are within the, within boarding range. They're like pretty much 0. Or you can use a cannon to board, but that will draw attention because
Yeah,
the
that's
sound.
a good call, attention. I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna try to slip on board as quiet
All right.
as I can.
Roll me a double stealth with advantage.
So, 2 stealth checks with advantage, or just a? Or
Just a stealth check with advantage. Yep.
Oh, okay, that's.
Yep.
Okay.
You don't need to roll twice. Hmm.
So with advantage, I rolled a 15.
Okay, you managed to creep aboard onto their ship.
Okay.
You're at the bow of their ship,
Okay.
and you see the captain barking orders up at the top of the the wheel, but he can't see you because of all the fog.
That's good.
Mhm.
Do I see any gunpowder barrels out?
There are not up on the top of this deck, at least from what you can see.
All right.
But there you see a lot of skeletons loading cannons and stuff like that nearby.
Okay. Okay. Then I have to hope their powder room can't be that far from the cannon. So I'm gonna go below decks.
Okay, you're gonna have to roll another stealth.
Okay. Fair enough.
So every time you move, you're gonna have to roll stealth.
Ooh, 10.
10. They say, "Intruder!" And one of them turns on you with a blunderbuss and fires off a shot. That's gonna be a D6. Scatter damage. You get hit with one point of health.
Okay. All right.
Yep. As the rest of the shot goes wide.
All right. I'm guessing that's probably gonna be my turn. So
Yep, that's your turn. All right.
Okay.
The captain is now going to say, "Someone." He just grabs a bucket out of from behind the wheel and starts trying to bilge the ship. He's gonna reroll ballast, even though it's not gonna help that much, but it's worth something. You guys gain 62 ballast,
Okay.
like up to 62, but
Okay.
you're still taking on water.
Right.
There we go. And the hull's now down to 10. So the ship's now on fire.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Captain, we may lose the ship, and that's not good.
He says, "Well, at least we'll go down fighting." And that's his turn.
I recommend
I wouldn't have
giving
it
our
either way.
skeletons to build the ship, Captain.
There. All right. So you're giving them an order to build ship. I'll reroll ballast. Or should they repair the hull?
Repair the hull. I mean, we're down to 10.
Yeah, repair the hull. I mean,
All right. Rerolling hull.
Breathe underwater, they're skeletons.
The hull is now at 40%. So they managed to patch some holes, but not much.
Well, it was at. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
They're talking
Okay, so
hull, not ballast.
Yeah.
So, whose turn is it now? Like, total?
It's Bernier's
last
turn.
Just win. Oh, it's my turn?
No, wait.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh no,
What
it's
do I know?
Magdice. Magdice.
What?
Yeah, back
What?
down.
Your turn, and then Bernier.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for keeping me straight.
Okay, so. Is the ship in any
It's-
danger of.
It's
sinking right
it's
below?
sinking very slowly. Because you're below the it's very low riding. Like the second deck is below water.
Okay.
The top deck is the only thing like riding above the water right now, as the
Okay,
skeletons are like
um,
desperately trying to keep you afloat.
Alright. I look at the skeletons and go, you got this?
They just like start not like completely ignoring you and the fact that like they're concentrating on their work.
Okay. They've got it. She
Yep.
makes a move back up onto the deck,
Mhm.
and who is the closest enemy to her?
You see a captain with red eyes.
Why? When did he get in?
He boarded from the mast, top of the masts.
You didn't say he got on until now.
Well, here's the thing. I rolled stealth earlier.
Oh, you. And it's like blanks. It's like, oh, how did you get in it?
Okay.
Yep.
So I see him.
Yep.
I see red because he's one of the people that's responsible for killing my
Mhm.
immediate. She's going after him.
Okay. You're going up against the
Be
boss.
careful. Seriously.
All right. What do you want to do?
This
She's
is how
going
I
after
lost my
him.
kid.
She is
Oh.
going to use her longsword against him.
Longsword. Okay, that's a D8.
Well, first she's gonna hit, doesn't she?
Well, yes, but I'm telling you the type of dice being used.
Okay, so you said that's a D8.
Yeah.
Got it. 16.
You slash into his body and deal your damage.
That's a 6.
You deal him 6 damage as a. Hold on. You slash into his body and he staggers back, groping at his rib cage. And you see like black ooze kind of like appearing and kind of like dripping down his rib cage.
That is for killing my mates.
He growls at you and lunges forward with his
his
sword. Yep.
What? No, wait a minute. I thought Perdue was next.
He's taking an attack of opportunity. Because you attacked him.
Fair enough.
What's your AC?
13.
He hits.
Yes, that could
He's gonna roll a. He's gonna use his special attack, so he's gonna roll 2d6 with his cutlass. 5, 4, 9 damage.
And that takes my character directly to 0.
All right, as Magdai collapses to the deck.
You just watch as Magdai collapse.
Yeah, she does one good hit on him, and he goes schnick schnee, and down she goes.
Yep. And now it is Bernira's turn.
How close is the skeleton to Bernira now?
Oh, which skeleton?
About 10 feet.
Ooh, big boy.
Center
But
mast.
no, if he slashed at her, would she be able to
5
touch
feet.
the map?
Well, like 5 feet apart. So like he lashed out. Keep his distance. Like like a lunging kind of strike. So I guess like maybe like 3 or 4 feet, just to be fair.
Okay.
Yep.
Rhaenyra is gonna reach out. Roll. What do I have to roll for grapple?
D20. Beat his AC.
What is his individual AC?
I can't tell you.
Oh, come on!
What'd you get?
If these rolls stop being
He with his sword like stuck in he rips the sword out of Magdai's like chest, like pulls it out.
I'm looking at the skeleton in front of me, not the captain.
Oh, okay, the skeleton in front of you. So he the skeleton in front of you just turns, looks at you, and locks eyes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, pretty much. And now it is top of the round, so
My turn?
yes.
Okay.
Getting tired of these bad rolls.
I'm not too pleased about Magdai's oofing in here.
Mhm.
Hey! She was seeing red, so you can't blame her for that.
No.
My bad roll.
No, I mean, I don't know who talking to who. It's so confusing these days.
All right,
Who are
good
these
good
things?
news, guys. Your hull is back up to 78.
Yay. But
So just rolled for the skeletons.
I'm gonna roll magic again. I guess it doesn't. It doesn't cost anything. The only thing that costs is the randomness that is
Yep.
getting the spell. Oh, got 3 again. Fun.
3. So that is also water.
I keep getting water. It's just-
Yep.
Usually I only get before I only got fire and electricity.
Yep.
Anyways, it's like, okay, not exactly what I wanted, but work. He says to himself, and he's gonna use the seaweed thing again to try and trip up the captain this time. Like,
Okay, like like whip ropes or something.
yeah, whip rope, right?
Okay, roll to hit.
If he misses, he's gonna be like, oh crap, and I'm gonna have to think of a different plan.
You hit. Roll a d10 for damage.
Ooh, a D10. Fun. Now we got to roll. 10.
10 damage to the captain. Okay, give me a moment. The captain just groans at you, pulls its sword out from the side of Magdi, who's down, and turns to you and says, "You're next."
Well, but I tripped him up. I thought that's what we were doing here. This was your.
Yeah. But he falls down and grabs his sword,
Oh, okay.
and then says, and kind of is trying to get back up. So he's taking his turn to get back up on his feet because you knocked him prone.
You know, that's not very
And-
nice and to not, well, harm people. Well, that was just trying to get a little bit of vengeance, he says.
Yep.
Thank you for the shout out.
Mhm. Yep.
I love Ripper.
As Magdi's thumb just slowly rises from the corpse and says, "I'm good."
I'm good.
It just
God,
falls
this hurts.
And then flops back to the deck.
back to being prone.
Yeah. Alright, just kidding. Alright, so, now it is, the captain's turn. The captain is going to, take his blunderbuss, load a couple more shots, and he's going to point it at the captain, skeleton, and he's gonna fire. So he has to roll to hit because he's distanced. That is a... Wow, he hit, just barely.
Nice.
6 damage to the captain skeleton. The captain skeleton stumbles back as he gets pelted. And he stumbles back and he falls over again on his back. So he's knocked prone again. And he says, "Stay down, bastard."
One person downs Magdi, everyone. So you have chosen death.
Yes.
Literally, this is the second time we've all went ham on
Alright,
someone.
Bernira.
Magdi.
I mean, not Brunira, Magdi. You-
I'm gonna roll my person's death save.
Yes.
I just love how, like, this is the
So
second
this,
time.
is this a con?
Constitution saving throw, yep.
I love how
Yep.
this is the second time Magdi's been knocked down, and this is the second time we all went ham on the thing that has done it.
That's a 16, so that's a success.
Alright. You managed to stabilize for this
No,
round.
that's only one.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
managed to
at least
stabilize
say-
for this round.
Yes.
So you are not bleeding out anymore, but you are still down.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Brunira.
Alright. There.
Okay. How far is the captain
Do you
from?
have Astrum has turn
Sorry?
yet? Astrum.
Astram, are you here?
Oh, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I totally forgot about you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
His
Okay,
turn
Because
is
you're still on the ship slinking around. I totally forgot
Oh,
about
okay, I
that.
can just do it now. I don't think it'll take too long. So
Yeah.
my options for sabotage have become greatly limited now that I've been noticed.
Uh-huh.
Can I like, basically, I'm thinking, can I just like cut through the rigging of their front mast and just try to like
Sure.
give them one hell of a distraction as far as like
Sure.
burning up their sails?
Yeah, you can try that, but you'll be rolling at disadvantage because you've been spotted.
Let's see. All right, I'll give that a try. What do I gotta roll for that?
2d20, take the lowest.
Okay, am I rolling a skill or just d20s?
You're rolling a I think just 2 d20s.
Okay.
Unless you want to use a bolt action and take like a strength check
Yes.
to slash the check. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
penalty.
Or an acrobatics. I'll take an acrobatics check too.
Oh, I'll do acrobatics.
Okay.
That.
Yeah.
Okay, but at disadvantage.
Yes, at disadvantage because you've been spotted.
Nice. All right. Well, I still rolled an 18 with disadvantage.
Okay, so you managed to slash the rigging as the sails billow out and kind of tear as the rigging is kind of like torn one of their mainmast sails.
Okay.
And one of the skeletons shouts to the crew and says, "Mast down, mast down." And they start charging towards you with like their cutlasses and blunderbusses and flintlocks.
This is where I like to do a strategic retreat.
They will have an attack of opportunity on you, at least the ones with the blunderbusses or the flintlocks.
This might not do great for me, but
Okay.
You get pelted. You may get pelted.
I don't have a lot of hit points left.
Yeah, you.
All right.
Like,
So
God.
if that's your turn, they're gonna take an opportunity attack.
Okay.
Right? They're gonna roll to hit first. So I'm doing a group of 4.
Okay. Ooh.
You're lucky. Very lucky. The shots, like all of them load their shot and they fire, and you're just standing like you know, like block, like the karate block or whatever like that, like as like they fire off a shot and you just hear as these bullets just go whizzing by your ears and
Oh, jeez.
slamming into like various other objects out on your ship.
Okay.
Your ship is going to take, as a penalty, take 1d4 worth of damage. That's only just 1. So that's only 1 hull point. And 1 ballast point, so...
And then if I got the movement left, I'm gonna be like, bye, and go back to our ship.
Yeah, you can move.
Okay.
Yep. So you're now back on your... halfway back on your ship. You're at the
Okay.
tip of the, like, the bow thing.
Oh,
The
fair enough,
figurehead.
bowsprit, Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep, so you'd have to jump off that to get onto your ship.
Alright.
Alright. Your ship is now kind of floating, but still taking a leak. Minor leak.
That
So it's
doesn't
Rainier's
sound
turn.
good.
So now it's Rainier's turn.
Yes.
Yes.
Go, Bernero.
How close is Captain to Rainier?
10 feet.
Alright.
Mhm.
She's going to...
Beat him while he's down.
She's going to move up to him.
Okay.
Now he's bound, right? So he can't really resist.
He's down, yes. He's prone.
He's been knocked over.
Yep.
So would I have to roll to hit to grapple him? Or...
Yes. Yep. But you'd be rolling with advantage, because he's down.
Oh, yes! Yes, 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 yes! Thank you, Dice God! I love you! That's 20 my second roll.
You manage to just pick him up, or however you want to attack him. What are you trying to do?
Grab him around his bony throat.
And it starts groping for, like, trying to pry your hands off its throat.
And she's just going to sit there and shake him violently. Just rattling his skull around like a dead maraca.
Okay. Roll a d8 for damage.
D8, that's the diamond, right?
Yeah, the diamond one.
That's a 3.
3 points of damage.
But she's still shaking him, right? Like, violently.
Yeah. Yep. And he's just like, as you're shaking him, he's going to cast a spell in his hand, and he's going to roll to hit. What's your AC?
AC is 12.
He definitely hits. And
What kind of
Get-
spell is it?
oh, it's your personal favorite. 1d6, 3 damage.
What is he casting?
2d6, another 3 damage.
Magic missile one, yes.
Yeah, hold on a
3d6,
second.
5
Wouldn't that
damage.
be rolling at disadvantage because I am shaking him violently.
Yeah,
so it's
he's rolling at disadvantage, but he still got the hit on you. So he's only able to fire off 3.
Wait, well, wait a minute. If it's magic missile, that doesn't require you to hit an AC.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Automatically hits.
Yeah, it automatically hits. So he rolled a magic missile at level 1. So you take 6 plus 5 damage.
Oh yeah, Rhaenyra is down. She collapses. She only had 4 points of health.
She
left.
drops.
Merlin is watching all of his crewmates get horribly oofed around him.
Okay, dear. You
Again.
just have to do something about this.
Yes, I know. Like, he's getting, like, flashbacks.
And now,
He's getting more than one crew before.
And now, what is it? Magdi, please roll your another saving.
No, because I was before Bernier.
Oh yeah, you're right. So
It's
Before
the
I rolled
captain's turn.
mine.
captain's turn. Okay, so captain is going to.
Wait, no, didn't he do something already?
No, he didn't.
He blasted the back of the skeleton captain with gun.
That was the last round.
Well, isn't it the top round? Me?
Oh yeah, top of the round. Yep, you.
Yeah.
Sorry. The combat's getting so intense. I'm getting confused.
Wait, do we even know why the captain is after Britain?
No.
Yeah. Well,
kind of.
Didn't
Kinda.
I kind of explain, at least to Magda, I kind of explained, but not really.
yep.
But anyways, it's my turn.
Mhm.
Again, it's your boy. Brennan is not happy. But the thing
Yep.
is, he's kind of focusing down the enemy captain. And also, he doesn't. Let me think. Can he do anything? Let me use the music I'm listening to right now. Give me a second. He doesn't inherently have healing items, unless my weird stuff can work, aka a thing that I'm thinking of doing.
It's
Can
about
I?
doing it quickly.
Yes, I'm thinking. Who requires the get up the most, Magdi or Rhaenyra?
It would be Magda with this Rhaenyra to come down.
Yep.
Can I like stabilize her, or heal her with my weird black skull magic stuff? Like if I'm allowed to do that. Like
I mean, mechanically you could. So she would basically not have to roll her next saving throw. It'd basically be her roll automatic if you succeed.
If I could succeed doing it.
Yeah. If
If I
not,
fail
that
it,
if she has to roll next round.
Like, does it take up my turn doing this?
Yes, it does. That's the caveat.
He's going to do the thing. He's gonna put his finger in his skeletal mouth and take it out with a flame, the same color as his eyes,
hmm
and he's gonna flick it over to Magdi.
The flame just shoots straight towards her,
Roll
rests on her chest, and kind of sinks into her chest. Roll a Arcana check, and I'm roll an Arcana check,
Oh yeah, he's Arcana check is not 2.
and you have to beat a 16.
Oh, 16. Can I beat a 16? No, I can't. Why when I say I'm good with Arcana enough with a +2, I freaking fail.
All right, so the flame just kind of dissipates as it hits her chest, and its spell fizzles.
I'll try later. He's like, okay, that didn't work for now at least. Don't got my head in the game right now. He says.
Yeah. I actually need you to roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you're panicking because your crew are falling left and right around you. Yep, you.
And I guess it's reminding me of because this is not
Yep.
the first crew I've been on with a superior attack.
Correct.
So of course I would be
Question, we're still
fighting.
technically in the dock of the
Yes.
town, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a -1 with this because I'm
Yep.
resisting the ring. Because my constitution is -1. Ah,
Yep.
6.
You start panicking.
mimicking panic attack noises because I know what a
Yep.
panic attack sounds like.
Yep.
Just let's come on.
All right. And now it's Magdai's turn.
Oh, is it?
Yep. Roll me
Wait.
your thing.
No, no, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Astram, 'cause that
Keep me
sounds
straight.
Astram.
Astram, go ahead.
Okay.
Stop
You-
neglecting him.
Sorry.
It's easy to forget. Calm
Yep.
down.
You guys have to remind me.
Alright, so I will return to our ship.
Okay. And you see Rhaenyra down, Magdai down.
Are there any skeletons active on our ship?
They're all below
Yes.
deck, currently
Yes!
repairing the holes.
No,
I'm gonna
I mean,
roll.
I mean bad guys. I meant bad guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
bad guys. Yeah,
two
there's
skeleton bad
4 of
guys in
them.
front of you that aren't bound up.
And also the captain is there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna re-roll ballast because the
bad
skeletons
captain.
below aren't working. Alright, so you guys regain. There's another boom from the cannons on the enemy ship, and there's a loud crash as your ship takes your ballast drops to 44.
Can I get to a cannon before being noticed?
Yes, you can get to the rear cannon.
I don't see how I'm gonna take on
Yeah.
all these skeletons all at once.
All right. Do you have ammunition for the cannon? On you.
Probably not on me.
All right,
I have to
so-
fetch that first.
Yeah.
Fight
You
your
can.
pet
Do you have
dog.
Do you have an inspiration point or anything?
I don't think so, sadly.
Okay. Does anyone have an inspiration point?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't
Actually,
think so.
Rhaenyra, you do.
I
From
do?
Remember during the battle, I gave you an inspiration point for that epic soul thing that you did.
Oh!
Would you like to transfer that over to your crew member, since you basically can't use it right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So give yourself an inspiration point, and then if you wish, you can spend it.
I will. Yeah, I'll spend it if that'll allow me to speed up a cannonball.
Yep.
Ugh, okay.
It is a chain shot,
Perfect.
or a mast ringer, is what I call it.
All right. 'Cause that's actually what I was thinking of
Mhm.
doing. I wanted to
Yep.
target their main mast and try to take
Yep.
it down.
Yep.
All right. All right. I know this is a bit of a shot here, but I feel like if we can get them to focus on their ship,
All right.
they'll abandon our
Roll a d6.
ship. All
This
right.
is a medium-sized gun for the cannon.
I rolled a 3 on a d6.
3. Okay, so the shot goes. And you just hear a splash.
Damn.
So I missed.
You missed. You had to hit a 5 or higher. So I roll a d6 too. Yeah, I roll a d6 too to see if you hit or not.
Okay.
It's a
fair
scaling difficulty.
enough, Fair enough. Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Mhm.
well, that's great.
All right.
Now I got their attention, I'm sure.
Yep.
Probably.
But they can't fire because they already used their action to fire. So it is whose turn is it now? Since I'm all
It's not my
discombobulated,
turn.
it's your
Yeah,
turn.
no,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So this is my second, let's saving throw, yes?
Yeah. No, third. Because you succeeded last. Okay, second.
No, that was
Yeah.
my first.
Thank you. Second. Go.
17 plus 4, yeah, I do it.
Okay, you succeed your second saving throw.
Yep.
All right. And who's next?
That would
Rhaenyra.
be,
Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra.
Your turn.
Rhaenyra has to make a death saving throw.
Yep.
Oh no.
What?
Now,
First
you
failure.
Only lose one. You only lose one.
Yeah.
So that's your first death failure.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
you're still fine.
Yep.
Damn it.
All right.
I actually died just
The captain is going to take his blunderbuss and he's gonna fire at the skeleton captain. He hits, and since he hits, I'm gonna roll these 2 dice. Then roll that again. Okay, so that's 6 damage, and an effect goes off. And the captain is now wrapped in ghostly chains.
Who's
Uh,
wrapped in what?
Yeah, our
the-
captain or theirs?
The enemy
Skeleton
captain,
captain.
the skeleton captain is wrapped in ghostly chains as he, the captain basically activated one of the modules, which is basically point blank.
Oh.
And one of the modules that he has loaded into his thing, and it says if he hits a boss level character or lower, and the hit is successful, it basically incapacitates the target for 1 round, and they sacrifice their turn for the next round. So basically 2 rounds of incapacitation. So that's his turn. He says he's not going anywhere. As he shouts to the skeletons, our skeletons, to basically continue bilging and pumping. So I'm going to reroll ballast. That is 52. Alright, hold on, what is it? That is ballast. There we go. Alright, who's next?
Isn't it the top
Astram,
round?
right? No, Astram.
No, actually, no, it's top
I thought
round.
I thought I just.
Oh yeah, he just went, so it's top of the round, so go ahead.
My turn. So do I have to roll to get out of a panic attack, or
You have to roll another Constitution saving throw.
so I can't do anything but that?
Yes.
So it's like we're all capacitated, Pat. We're all like screwed. We all can't do anything. I'm technically dead at this point because I have to roll something to get out of it.
Yep.
I got a 10.
You're like,
Give me a break. I have a freaking -1 on my constitution.
remember here's what I'll suggest. Remember, you have your familiars with you, guys.
Yes, I know. I just thought of it, but it's too late.
Your
I
familiars
rolled
haven't
more.
taken any damage. They're a separate entity.
Freaking, you want me to roll again, or you want me to?
You
just
can
do
roll
the-
again. You can roll again.
Okay.
Sure.
Cat can be there for me.
Yeah.
Cats are great at.
Your
calming
cat's
people
just
down.
licking your wounds.
I guess I get a +1 instead now.
Yes.
Completely. And I got worse roll than 10. Why does the dice gods hate me so when I'm in trouble?
All right. So
I think Meg's saying the exact same thing.
yeah. Who's next?
It's not Mag. It's
Because the captain already went.
Rogue.
Yeah. Astram.
Rogue.
Yep.
Yeah, because you're right after me, remember?
As you see, Britland just kind of panicking, like his bucket is rattling on his head.
No, that's a little too funny.
Alright.
Yeah.
First thing, I think at this point, I'm gonna put an arm out to the side so that my snake can kind of like leave my sleeve.
Yep.
And I'm gonna ask it to go attack one of the skeletons. 'Cause we need to try to die these guys
All right.
up.
Which skeleton? The captain or one of the other targets? There's
Well, the
3 of them on
the
the ship right now.
skeleton captain is currently in Ghost in Chains, right?
Yes.
How hurt does he look? Can I tell?
He's pretty wounded, but you know, he's still. Once he gets out of those chains, he'll probably be really pissed.
Yeah. Alright, I'm actually gonna send. Well, the snake's not very powerful either. I'm gonna send the snake towards one of the other skeletons, I think.
Okay.
So there's.
Mhm.
How many skeleton enemies are there that are like active?
2.
Okay, so I'm gonna send my snake against one. I think I'm gonna attack the other one.
Okay.
So I'll advance on. My snake goes to one of them, and
All right.
I advance on the other, and I will attempt to, like, stab it to pieces.
Stab it to pieces. Okay. Does your snake have to roll to hit?
Probably. I can.
Okay, I can roll for them if you'd like.
Okay. Sure.
That's a no. It doesn't hit.
Okay.
But it manages to dodge out of the way as a reaction to get out of the way as the skeleton kind of slashes at it
Well, that's
and
good.
misses.
And it'll keep that skeleton.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So now I'm gonna attempt to
Go ahead.
attack the other one.
Yep.
I only rolled a 9, so probably not.
No, you lunge for it and it kind of like backs up.
Okay.
All right, who's next?
Okay, who just went?
Isn't it Magdai?
Astram. Magdai, go ahead.
Yeah,
I
it's,
think
it's
Yep.
my turn, and this is my last, that's saving throw.
Yep.
Well, not my last, but, you know, my third saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Why are the dice not nice to me now? That is why, I rolled a 15. 4, that's 19, I do it.
You manage to gasp for air as you look at your chest
well,
and it's...
I'm at 0, I am no longer bleeding out.
Yeah, but you're still lying on your back, but you're awake now.
Barely conscious.
Like,
Yeah.
everything's really blurry, I guess.
Yeah.
It is.
And the storm is like howling around you in the fog and the sounds of gunfire and yep.
You can see it's
Oh,
still,
yes.
it's still
And what will happen to our adventurers in the following campaign?
Oh, Lord, what a great timing.
Find out next time on Shores of Sorrows. Thank you guys for joining us. It was
like this
a
cliffhanger.
epic battle.
Yeah. Okay, yes. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and
Yay.
anything feedback or anything for the DM?
It was
You
pretty
are
action
the worst!
I'm okay with it. I like brutal.
I feel like it's more the dice's fault than it's the
Yeah.
DM's fault.
Yeah, it's not
It
really
Yeah.
is,
the
it
game's
is,
fault.
but you still the
Oh,
worst!
they just hated us today.
Yeah.
I like the brutalness of this.
I actually
I didn't like it being easy.
I actually give it based on the encounters you've had previously with the this character,
Uh-huh.
the
You
Sapira.
realize it was too easy.
It was a little bit too easy, so I kind of gave him a little bit buff up. But here's the thing: you guys are knocking them down left and right, so it's
I
a evenly
understand
matched
that, just-
battle.
We've lost more players than last time, and I like that though
Mhm.
because
That's
do you
a
wanna
challenge.
think quickly about like the Realms campaign, the other one
Yeah.
that I'm deeming for right now.
Yeah.
I don't like how it's like it feel like the higher level characters.
Yeah.
And it's like okay.
Thank you guys for joining us, and yes, Drac, I saw the pog faces in chat. Thank you. We'll be back next Saturday for Realms of Eternal Essence, where we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.